I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how you got that, but fair enough. Here's the
I don't
thing.
know how
Are
you
you
got
American?
that. Literally by working harder than you did, mother. What do you mean I don't know how you got that? By having to take a billion tests to learn history that you do not know.
These people are operating on like an infant's level.
You're telling me
of
like if I go
thinking.
like this in front of them and go, huh, and then go like that.
You joke!
They think that I will
You
have actually
joke.
disappeared.
But think about it. Like, it's only like a level above that because you show them a map of the voting demographics and they're like, look at all this red. It's literally like one step above that.
Do you think Donald Trump is in the Epstein files?
No, I do not. And
What, is Elon Musk lying?
Oh no! Oh no! He didn't know. He didn't know.
It was before. It was the
Oh,
before
man.
times.
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
Whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so can Democrats do
Yeah.
the same when they're in office?
There's an energy within him that's yearning to claw its way out.
Like another person inside
Yeah.
of him just like, get out of it. I must make my opinions known.
Like his jaw unhinges and the two hands come out on the side of his mouth. It's like it just comes out and it's just a little goblin.
Strongman! Strongman theory! But a lot of these people are not. They know exactly, like that pasty white mother
Yeah.
knew exactly what he was doing. They know, as long as they just skirt by and say, oh, it's just a joke, it's just a meme, it's just, you wouldn't hurt a guy with glasses, I'm just another birthday boy, right? And he said it! He said it! We just want freedom of speech until we can take it away from you.
All right. So
Okay.
preface for me, this may be the last Jubilee video I ever watch. And the reason being is because the views depicted here from the 20 are so absurd to the point where like you've like bridged the gap from, oh well, debating people on their ideals and their ideas in a public forum and embarrassing them or whatever can be a good way to move people away from those ideas and yada yada yada. You get away from that because that kind of entails the views that are being expressed are like respectable and worthy of being heard and debated. The views that you are about to see in this particular video, which I will not spoil, I've only seen little clips from it, are so beyond the pale that giving them any airtime at all is a disservice to the broader populace. I don't know if you agree, Alec, but for that reason, it might be the last one I ever watch.
That's a pretty legitimate viewpoint. I tend to agree with it mostly. I do think there's an argument to be made that most of the people who have watched this, at least that I've seen, see this for what it is, like a bunch of freakish fascists whose opinions deserve to be ridiculed and who should be shamed into oblivion by Mehdi Hassan. That's mainly the reaction that I've gotten, that I've seen. On the other hand, I do fear that just blatantly platforming these types of just out and open fascist ideals. You know, we're not talking like moderate conservatism where we're a little bit spooked about trans people in the bathroom or like, you know, immigrants maybe should like come here legally. Like it's none of that. It's literally like, no, we want to kick immigrants out. Like they say everything short of like, we want to do Nazi Germany. Like literally everything.
And
short of that.
apparently
So I
from
do see
clips
where
I've
you're coming
seen, even
from.
one dude gets like as close as possible to it. So we'll see.
Oh yeah,
that.
I've seen a couple of clips.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of clips. I will say though, Guitar Rocker brings up a good point. Cenk Uyghur's going on.
Oh boy, that's
And
not great.
I think that is just going to be too funny that I cannot ignore it.
That's fair. The problem
think-
is Sam Cedar going on, and now Mehdi Hassan going on. I think these are two people whose debate acumen I've seen and respect to the point where I think that they can utilize this format in the best way possible, which would be to humiliate people while providing your own viewpoint, making it look as serious as possible or like worthy of consideration as possible, especially compared to the opposition. I don't know that Cenk Uyghur is that. He's a very passionate man with a lot of politics that I disagree with, but from what I've seen of his debates, he very quickly lets his emotions get the best of him. Maybe it's not the case anymore, but
That's the point. That's the point.
yeah, but that's not
That's
good.
why
Alec.
it'll be funny.
Yeah, it'll be funny.
But it'll be funny. It'll be
But
funny.
Do you know
I don't
how
respect
much
Cenk anymore?
the TY? Yeah, I get that, I suppose, but he's still seen as like a liberal, right? As a lefty in like the broader mainstream. There's gonna be so much fuel if he does poorly for triggered lefty XYZ.
But we
That's
basically
my concern.
disowned him.
Yeah, we
basically
have
disowned
in the
him.
online left, which is like a very small portion of what's viewing Jubilee. I don't know. I
That's fair. I
I
don't
get
know.
the viewing it for the funny thing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm disagreeing with Cenk deciding to go on it.
Oh no, absolutely. Cenk should not have agreed. I agree 1000% with that. Especially after this, which I guess in fairness he didn't see it, but he should have just canceled. He should have been like, "Nope, sorry, not doing it anymore," or something. Or unless they already had it recorded. I don't know.
Who knows?
But what would be the funniest outcome would be if it gets like way fewer views than like any of their others. That would be hilarious. You want to get started?
Oh yeah.
I agree. Jubilee's not really worth going on anymore. Don't
My
feed them.
first claim is Donald Trump is pro-crime and pro-criminal.
That's damn true.
I mean, he is a criminal.
Oh boy.
Welcome.
Ooh, they're jumping for it.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I have not seen clips of this
I
guy.
would just like to ask, what makes someone pro-crime versus, anti-crime?
Can I just point something out? Like,
you might be
isn't
pointing
he
out the
kind
same
of-
thing.
Yeah. Like, this is their, like, far-right super mask, like, bring men back type. Like, it's just...
This is the modern fascist. It's crazy. Yeah, like,
just
it really... It gives you all you need to know as to why Nick Fuentes is one of the major people in the young fascist movement, and how effeminate and like interested in feminine men he is in a variety of ways. There's the phrenology, the phenotype,
And I'm sorry,
has shifted so much.
And I'm sorry, but it looks like he's wearing a shirt he borrowed from Daddy.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
from
That's
Daddy's
not
closet.
fitting well at all.
Like, no, not at all. Like, dog, your mom got you dressed. It's crazy work.
And he's
dude.
wearing like an Australian
dude,
flag tie or something. What is that?
It really is just crazy how like the fucking optics have flipped so hard.
And he's got both
I can't
ears
believe it.
pierced.
Yeah.
Easily, like, listen,
like,
take his head, Photoshop out like what he's wearing, put him in like a Greek, like a toga or whatever, and you'll have right-wingers online claiming like, oh, these were the lady boys that the Greeks used to enjoy, and it would just, it's one-to-one.
It
like,
is,
I've seen yaoi artists depict this
Greek
man's
cowboy.
face and hair one-to-one. Anyway, sorry, that's an ad hominem attack. My bad.
True. How dare you?
Right now in the LA protests, if they were to
pivot,
just for example, they were to rush the capital of LA, I mean, they'd have to move over all the homeless people living in tents on the steps of the Capitol. But if they were managed to get into the Capitol and they were just protesting, peacefully.
What's so funny to me is that they try to get in these little jabs and they just don't land. It's just so awkward.
And the sad thing about that is that those little jabs are specifically for the right-wingers that are going to be watching this and are going to be clapping like seals. But like there's 19 other people that would be doing that online in the room with you, and if you can't make it hit there, then like you've already lost.
What about the violent ones though?
Okay, violent ones like
a man named David Dempsey, a judge, a Reagan-appointed
He's
judge,
on his
sentenced
shit.
to 20 years in prison. He stomped on police officers' heads. The judge said his conduct was exceptionally egregious.
I would say no, it doesn't make him pro-criminal. One,
you're okay with that?
I did not say that. I said that one.
Bruh, Trump pardoned him, dog.
I guess really in their defense, a pardon is almost always going to be used, if not will always be used against a criminal. So I should rephrase. He's pardoning violent criminals that don't give him any kind of benefit for doing so.
Yeah.
Just like for the love of the game.
No, he just did it for the optics.
Yeah.
He just did it for the optics. He's like, look how based I am. I pardoned all the Jan 6 traitors.
I would understand right? Donald Trump pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell at the end of his term when he's on the way out. I can understand that because she might be like trying to muddy the waters or whatever for that kind of a deal with her testimony after being subpoenaed or whatever. That's my speculation. Anyway, I don't believe anything that Ghislaine Maxwell says at this point forward.
No.
Because obviously the person who has the most to gain from his name being cleared, Donald Trump, from the Epstein connection, also holds the keys to Ghislaine Maxwell's freedom. Like, there's no reason to believe any of that shit.
He's literally her fucking friend. He wished her well after she was arrested.
Yeah, it would make more sense for Trump to pardon someone like that than it would be some rando person who stun-gunned a police officer in the neck trying to overturn a democratically elected president-elect in Joe Biden. A very non-threatening president-elect, too.
The best case you can make is that he didn't know they did these things, which, first of all, is provably false. But even granting you that, like, that's the most I can grant you. And even then, it's like, that's just incompetence then. Like, you just let a violent criminal back out onto the streets because of incompetence, at best. It's just insane the pretzel knots these fuckers twist themselves into to support their big orange sweaty boy, their daddy.
Well, luckily,
It's crazy work,
luckily
man.
you don't have to believe in any kind of like reality. You just try to force everybody to believe your delusions if you're a right winger and a fascist. So I don't know that's really
Reality's
pretzel
dead.
knots. It's kind of like 1-to-1 for them. It's not really any kind of hoops they have to jump through, unfortunately. To normal people,
Yeah,
it
they
looks
can just
like
make shit up.
they're putting themselves in knots, though, for sure.
They can just make shit up as they go, yeah.
Okay, Shane Jenkins got 7 years in prison for 9 criminal offenses, attacking police with a deadly weapon, destroying government property.
How do
Trump pardoned
pardons
him.
that probably shouldn't have happened turn into pro-crime? Their claim was Trump is pro-crime.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
pardons criminals.
Yes.
Okay,
He
I would say
pardoned
that's a
not-
fault.
Let's talk about non-generous people.
Like if you think the pardoning of criminals doesn't make you pro-crime, like what kind of an act is that? If you're pardoning somebody who's been convicted of a crime, then you don't think what they did was criminal. So I guess by that definition, he wasn't pardoning a criminal. He was pardoning like a red-blooded American truth teller, brother. But like I think most people understand that what they did was criminal.
Right, in a common vernacular, we're talking about violent crimes that people understand to be wrong. Like let's take the word crime out of it. Violent actions that hurt people.
Yeah.
Right? Hurting people. Trump is pro hurting people.
That's true.
He is okay with his supporters hurting people. That's the point that Mehdi Hassan's making. The best case you could make for him not being pro-crime, like you said, is that he doesn't see it as crime. So, like, if you had a president, for instance, in the slave days, who pardons a runaway slave, I wouldn't call him pro-crime because I don't believe that slavery, like running away from a slave farm, should be a crime. Like, the connotation is what matters here. What we're talking about is pardoning violent people who hurt people. That is what he's trying to get at.
And who've
it's
expressed like no remorse or intent to reform as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this isn't a guy who like changed it all by being in a box for a year. Like, he's still violent. I'm pretty sure some of these people have literally gone back out and committed more crimes because they felt empowered to do so.
I think some of the Jan 6ers who are able to get out of jail ended up going back for some other reason.
One of them got shot by a police officer for disorderly conduct or some shit. Like, it's crazy.
Okay.
He's pardoned
Sorry.
Walsh recently, who took millions of dollars from his own employees, was sentenced to tax crimes, had to pay back $4 million
for the
Trump
fascists.
pardoned him. He bought himself a $2 million yacht. Why is he pardoning criminals like that?
Well, I don't know.
Even his own people are like, yeah, this guy sucks.
Oh no.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, man?
This guy from the
Oh, I've seen clips of this one.
Yup.
You're from northern UK, I guess?
I'm from London, North London.
Okay, fair enough.
Welcome
What's your
to London,
ethnic
young
background,
man.
if you don't mind my asking?
My parents are from India.
Okay, perfect. Just getting premise here. First of all, I want to say
The premise
that,
of
we're already-
being pro-crime.
No. I want to concern myself with why you care about what's happening.
We're already. Oh, no,
man.
dude. I can smell it.
The soul math it's you know that clip of the Doctor Who or whatever where all the little equations are flying by. He's doing soul math right now to find the exact way to be as racist as possible to this person. You can't like be racist to a brown person and be like, you're from the Philippines, aren't you? Because like that's incorrect. Clearly he's told you he's from India, so you need that information to be as accurately racist as possible.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta collect the info before you can pinpoint how the exact flavor of racism, right?
To figure out your premise, as he said.
Yeah. As soon as he asked, like, "Can I ask your background?" I'm like, "Oh no, this is like the most polite way of saying I'm about to be the most racist piece of shit in the room right now."
Which is really funny you mention that, because they all try to be, until they get to the point where they stop caring, they all try to be very polite with their racism early on. Like, if you don't mind me asking.
Let's not interrupt each other. Because I have this thing, like people know I have this thing. I have to stay calm, okay? So
He's a victim of divorce court, you see.
I am happy that he released Jay
You don't think stomping on police officers' heads is a crime?
I don't think it's no longer a relevant conversation anymore. You're
Really?
arguing. No, it's not, because you know what? Okay, have you seen the U.S. in the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes, I've
BLM
lived
protests.
there for a
Have you
while.
seen? Okay.
By the way,
myself-
BLM protests, studies have shown, have been overwhelmingly peaceful, and the amount of times that they devolve into any kind of violence, the police start the violence.
Yes.
It's not even...
I mean, that's just how it fucking works with
not even
civil rights movements all the
close.
time. That happened during the civil rights movements in the 60s and 70s. Like, that's literally the same thing that happened. And people blamed the fucking protesters and called them filthy rioters and terrorists and whatever.
Well,
They didn't
because
call them
that's because
terrorists back
they're
then.
getting in the way of my car when I'm trying to get to the happy hour at Applebee's.
It's about tribal
he's
warfare.
an anarchist.
That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the UK. You're from India, so I don't really.
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so
I'm an American
you have
citizen.
your own stakes.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen? Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. I don't know how you got that, but fair enough. Here's the
I don't know
thing.
how you
you
got
Americans?
that. Literally by working harder than you did, motherfucker. What do you mean I don't know how you got that? By having to take a billion tests to learn history that you do not know to be able to get your citizenship. He wanted to be an American more than this fucking hog does. Bro just rolled
It's
the
crazy,
dice
man.
and fell out his mother's womb on this patch of land and became an American that way.
Yeah,
Mathiasen
you
is
got
literally
shot
more
out of
American
a-
than him.
You got shot out of your mother's crotch on the correct piece of land, brother. Like, that's all that happened. That's why you're here.
But you're a
yours.
descendant of immigrants, settlers,
I didn't know.
colonialists.
Yeah,
You don't
colonials.
look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites
not.
are Native Americans.
Oh,
What
yeah,
are you
I've
talking
seen this
about?
one.
He's getting triggered though. That's the problem.
He is. He's getting mad.
He's getting triggered over some racial,
Mehdi is just like,
some
what the
racial
fuck?
shit.
Mehdi's just like, what the fuck is what? Like, you're not native. What?
Exactly.
Oh,
how
it's
does
so
he? How
good.
does he describe this?
I am Native American. Whites
not.
are Native Americans. What are you
Sorry.
talking
Whites are Native Americans. He's not saying that there were native indigenous people to North America or the Americas broadly that were white. He's saying that whites are Native American. Now, you would need to find his
True.
definition for who whites are, but I'm pretty sure he just means, like, if we do a little bit of math about the percentage of melanin you have in your skin, you make the cut. But, like, come on now.
It's so funny. I was just watching Ben Shapiro, and it was a Superman video, but then he transitioned over to talking about Zoran Mamdani. He was like talking about how, like, of course, you know, one brown person to conservatives are all the same. So he starts talking about like Native Americans, I guess, or something, and he says like, we're not native to this land, and that he says literally the Native Americans were not native to this land, because his point, and I understand his point, because he talks about like the ice bridge and how
Yeah.
they came over from like Asia. But it's so funny that like they're like, no, we're all the same, even though like your ancestors came here thousands and thousands of years ago and just settled the land, which actually was pristine virgin land. And then white people from Europe came over and pretended to do the same thing, even though they were committing a genocide.
Yeah.
But no, we're all the same, I guess.
I think the reason why they have to do this is because it's a very obvious to, I think, most normies talking point of like, how can you be against immigrants? The country was literally founded by immigrants. Like the British colonialists immigrated to North America, et cetera, et cetera. They understand that that's like
Many
not
of them
an
violent
argument.
immigrants, by the way.
Yeah, more violent than any immigrants we get into the U.S. nowadays, for
Yeah.
sure. Because,
Yeah.
you know, the native-born population of the United States nowadays commits more crime than undocumented immigrants. But anyway, they have to do this because that argument is so, like, works so well, to the point where now they have to find a way to like, yes and that, or yes but that argument. To be like, oh, well, you know, but even the people that were native there were also not, they were also immigrants and not native to the land. And you're at the point now where you're not even arguing against immigration. You're saying immigration is a good thing. It's just that, lo and behold, you don't think immigration nowadays from countries that are not majority white is a problem. And it's very obvious.
It's honestly more honest for them to just be like, yeah, we did immigrate here and we like killed the savages.
Yeah, we were
You
one of the
know,
good ones.
like, yeah, we were the good immigrants, and now the
Yeah.
bad immigrants are back, and their brown skin is causing problems or something. Like, just say you're racist, you know, just like be honest about it. Like, I'm not saying that they're being honest about history. It's not like the Native American peoples were any more savage or less savage than Europeans. You know, like, they're all just fucking people in different groups, and sure, many of them were bad, but so were a bunch of European groups.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a false narrative, but at the same time, it is more honest for them to just say that, because then at least they're like showing their racism. He's trying to like do the whole, well, we're all immigrants, we're all the same.
Yeah.
It's spineless. It's
well, he's
dickless.
liberalizing the right-wing talking
Right.
point that he wants to deliver.
Right, exactly.
What have you done? Uh-oh.
What was
you're
happening
getting-
Wait,
before
for
the
some
50s?
reason it
Calm
didn't
down. I think you're
unpause
getting-
for me. Is it paused for
Oh,
you
it
now?
didn't unpause for you? Yes, it is.
Okay, I just missed a little bit of people laughing and clapping.
Oh, gotcha.
So we got to see
There was
that.
a
It's very important.
there was a guy with a man bun.
There was
that I
a
thought
person
very
more
funny.
feminine than me in the conservative ranks, yes.
Yeah, a guy more feminine than
Whites
you.
are
Yeah.
Native Americans.
Really?
I think
What
you're-
was
I assume a
happening
guy.
before the 50s?
I
Oh
think-
man. It's just
Yeah.
like I can't understand. I can't understand how the people around him tolerate him. I can
don't know.
understand the kind of like, oh well, this is an easy grift for me. I can understand how like it's an easy grift for like, oh man, I escaped the LGBT cult or whatever. But like you can't remain effeminate. Like Milo Yiannopoulos, like you can't remain effeminate. They don't want you, man. I don't get it. I don't get that part. Like at least change your aesthetic.
I don't know. They want to have their cake and eat it too. It's like if you want to present femme, like you can't be on that side of the aisle. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Calm down. I think you're getting.
What was happening?
Yeah, he has calm
down.
There was indigenous people here that came in
Do
from
you know what
Asia.
indigenous means?
Listen, before
Indigenous
America,
people
let-
can't
you
come
let
from
me
somewhere
finish?
else.
Why do you, my point is, okay?
Nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these people
Because
are
you're
criminals.
derailing, dude. I'm trying
You
to stay
literally
on
sat
track.
there
He
and asked me
started
around
the
for-
conversation. Yeah, he started the conversation with, "How brown are you?" Like, come on
This
now.
face is so good. Oh, that's so funny. That's this whole debate is just his face. So funny.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime
I just
and
got a
pro-criminal.
round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't
He's-
think I'm
what?
doing
How
as
you
bad.
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing.
I'm-
Amazing. That
Well,
must
wait
make you
till
feel
this comes
good.
out. You know what?
Yeah,
I'm
dog.
20
really
people
glad
agree
you're
with
getting
you,
this
applauded you.
emotionally outraged right
Wow.
now.
I
This
think
is-
I
this is
think
great.
the problem that this
He
guy
is.
had is that he literally opened the conversation more or less like a little bit after it started with, "Listen, Mr. Brown man in front of me, I am easily triggered. If you know anything about me, people know I gotta stay calm," you know, or whatever he said. So all Mehdi Hasan has to do is continually like push his buttons and just keep making him, you know, hang himself with his own rope.
I think
they're doing
anyone
the
who
same.
assaults a police officer shouldn't be pardoned.
Yes.
I think that Donald Trump shouldn't have pardoned 9 Republican members of Congress who were convicted of
answer.
crimes. And I don't think Joe
don't
Biden should
think you-
commit.
I don't
I don't
think
think
you
Democrats should
understand.
pardon Democrats.
Fair, but I don't
We
think
both
you
agree?
understand where we are in the U.S. Then.
I think I do.
No, because you're
Yeah.
arguing
Living for
from
a
a
living.
position of like a U.S. that doesn't exist anymore. We're headed towards
So
tribal-
nihilism, no laws, nothing matters.
It's not about
Anarchist,
it's
yeah.
not about that. It's that
That's
conservatives
convenient.
conservatives for too long have been playing it safe. They've been playing by the
Really?
law. They've been playing
been
it by the
playing by
book.
the law?
Yes, they have.
Maybe
We're
you missed the Bush presidency.
conservatives
Did you
are
live
so
here during the Bush
concerned-
years?
That's true.
Conservatives are
Oh.
The Bush presidency literally came about off of the back of activities that were of dubious legality, I'll say. Al Gore won in
I actually
Florida.
didn't know that.
But the
Oh, wait, no,
Florida-
I knew that,
Yeah,
I knew
the
that.
Florida election was overturned in favor of Bush, so that he won the election, and you know Jeb Bush just happened to be the governor at the time or whatever. Also,
Oh yeah, they just pretty blatantly stole that.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
and then that led us into an illegal war in Iraq that Bush started. Like, there's like even they agree that the Iraq war should not have happened. It was an illegal war. You shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Nothing matters. They never did anything wrong. They're just little guys.
Yeah, I think the
birthday
inevitable
boys.
conclusion that we're gonna have to come to, and I think that the rest of the world is gonna have to reconcile with, is that at a certain point, people like this are not operating on the same level as like normal, decent people who like are willing to tolerate other people's differences of opinion and so on and so forth. People like this very clearly are willing to do whatever it takes to attain power. And in that way, like, you have to play their own game against them, and whatever it takes is going to have to be the method to go against them. Because if you abide by the law against a group of people that are willing to subvert it and ignore it, then you're always going to lose. And then those laws are going to cease to exist, and you're never going to have a shot at not living in a Republican, conservative, theocratic, autocratic dictatorship. I think most normal people don't want to live in that world, so like at a certain point, people like this are going to have to become politically irrelevant somehow.
Are the police force in Washington the left?
Yes.
Why
Are you kidding me? The left?
What?
Are you
Police
insane?
officers.
Look at LA right
Oh,
here.
man.
You think those stand down?
You think the LAPD are a bunch of liberal Marxists?
No, but I
Really?
think they listen to liberal Marxists who tell them what to do.
So
lots of
the
little diver-
liberal Marxists sign the paychecks of the LAPD because they're big
I
fans
wish, man.
of the gang of the LAPD that
I wish.
commit so many illegal acts against the population of LA and are like
Man, if we live
so it's like literally like he's saying that one of the most authoritarian outside of like the NYPD police departments out there that are willing to exert their power way beyond what is legally allowable is controlled by liberal Marxists. Like, the people, they do not live in reality.
if we had a society that was half as communist as they say it is, we'd be living in fucking fully automated, what is it? Fully
Luxury
automated
gay
luxury
space
space
communism.
Yeah. Like, we would be there because
Inshallah.
that's what they think it is. It's crazy. When's the last time, like, anybody even ran on communism? Even Zoran Mondani wouldn't do that.
No.
Like, he's a socialist. And he's the first socialist I've ever seen that has had any amount of success in my lifetime, at least. Outwardly, openly socialist. Even Bernie Sanders doesn't take that. And look at what they did. Like, people are going insane. Even liberals are going insane.
Yeah.
They just don't live in reality, man.
Well,
It's
Zoran
crazy.
Mondani makes liberals look bad because he provides like an opportunity for people to realize like it doesn't have to be their feckless, leashed to corporate interests kind of democratic way. There's an alternative here, and it's popular. Also, they might not like that he's brown or Muslim, but like,
Oh, yeah.
even Zoran Mamdani approaches the police issue. He's not like he is like in a way defund the police, but he's approaching it in a way that I have for a long time, that the amount of shit that we expect police officers to do is a labor issue. They are overworked. They're expected to do way too much because every other possible alternative to police where they might not be needed, like for mental wellness checkups or whatever, they're now expected to do. There's no reason that police should, on the one hand, be there to stop violent crime and also be the same people that are going to just check up on people that are having like a mental health episode. There's no reason for them to have to like save cats out of a tree or whatever. We can have other departments or other people or other organizations that are better suited to those jobs do those things. So to ease the labor burden off of police is, I think, a good way to look at it.
Absolutely. I think that's the best way you can possibly approach it as a politician and still be left-leaning on the issue, because leftists agree. Yeah, you're right. We shouldn't just send a guy with a gun to a fucking mental health crisis, because inevitably what you're going to have is an overworked, I'm being very generous to the police officer here, but let's play it political. Like, you're going to have an overworked, frustrated guy who doesn't understand mental health at all and is armed with no knowledge of it and a gun. And then you have another person who is quite literally having a mental health crisis and melting down and just breaking.
Yeah, by definition,
that's
not
a
in their
recipe
right
for
mind.
disaster. Right, that is a recipe for disaster. Somebody is going to end up dead. And usually it's the person with the mental health crisis. So, it's just not a good setup that we have, however you want to look at it. And fuck the police, frankly. But again, if you want to approach this giving as much credence as possible to them, they are overworked and they're expected to do too much. Like, they're not mental health professionals. Send a fucking therapist.
They need
And
to
the
go
right
to their own
loves-
mental health professionals.
You're right. And conservatives love to shit on us and be like, oh, you want to send a counselor to solve a murder crime. And it's like, no, I'm saying send a counselor to somebody who is having a mental health crisis and not a dude with a fucking gun.
Yeah.
That's just common sense, man.
And in Zoran Mamdani's case, if you're running for mayor anywhere, but especially in New York City, you have to, like, you cannot be totally oppositional to the police. Like, Bill de Blasio had, like, his daughter kidnapped by the police at one point, way back in the day when he was mayor. Like, that was a while ago, but I remember that happened. Like, the police are a gang, and the politicians that are ostensibly supposed to, like, command them are usually on the other end of that.
We both agree Donald Trump's pro-crime. You're just fine with it.
No,
Is that the position?
I don't
That's what you
agree
said
with
so
your-
far
I don't
for about
agree with your
5 minutes.
I don't agree with your definition.
What's
of
your
crime.
definition of crime?
It doesn't
Stomping
matter.
on a police officer's
Words have definitions. That's what I've been told for a long time. And I think the agreed upon definition of what a crime is what put the people in jail and in prison to begin with, got them convicted under a judge via a trial of their peers if they went to trial, and then were subsequently pardoned by Trump. Like, definitionally, they committed a crime, whether you think it should be a crime or not. So they're criminals.
Yes.
So, but now, because of wokeness or whatever, we have to change the definitions of words because the actual ones that exist are not favorable to my ideological worldview. So
they just can't. They can't even be like they're optics hogs. They can't even be like, oh yeah, no, they did commit crime and Trump pardoned them and it was fine because the crime was justified. Like, they can't even do that. Like, oh yeah, it wasn't an insurrection. They were just exercising their rights or whatever the fuck. Like, they can't even go that far.
it was a
It's just
guided
crazy.
tour, you see.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a peaceful guided tour. It was a completely peaceful protest. You see.
We have different
So
definitions
funny.
of crime because you're
That's
talking about.
convenient. There's
It's
a
You also have
not
different
about code in
definitions
this
of Native
country.
American.
It's called the
Yeah.
U.S. Criminal Code.
A
Do we
lot more than
agree
you
that
realize.
people shouldn't stomp on police officers' heads? Can we agree on that? If
I'm
you don't
not-
agree on that, then I really think this conversation is kind of
No,
pointless.
because first of all, you're saying what?
True.
That the police have the authority, that they're given the authority. I don't accept the authority that's been
It's a
given by
very
liberal
conservative
Mark.
position.
neocons, the libertarians,
but it's
all
still
those
funny.
mainstream
All right, now he's
people,
telling us how
they
it
might
is.
as well be leftists to me, okay? That's how far to the right I am. Do you understand my position? So when
I
you
kinda
say...
guess
So, like, why be a pussy and not, like, tell us what your actual political worldview is or your ideology is? Maybe there's, like, a label that you could use for yourself, like one of the people in the intro clips did. Like, I can't believe I'm saying it, but the babyface man in the beginning was more manly than this guy is.
It's kind of true. I mean, at least he had to be kind of goaded into it. He's like, you know,
Well, that's how it
I don't
always
care if
is.
people call me a Nazi. You're right, but he did come out and say it. So, you know, I guess at least he's honest.
Oh, maybe it's the case that they don't like the police anymore because ICE is the new police force. And they have even more, if it was even possible, immunity to any kind of consequence to their actions. Maybe that's the line that he's burying here. ICE is the new police. The old police, it's kind of like how Fox News became too liberal and too woke for these types, so they had to go like to OAN or Newsmax or whatever. Maybe it's like that. I think I'm onto something here.
That's actually not a terrible. I honestly, I think they're too stupid to go that far. But if you are following the logic here, that would make sense.
Well, because like
at least that would
ICE
make sense.
ICE is Trump's Gestapo. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
that's better than
yeah.
cops.
I just don't.
Fuck
They're
these
too
pussy
stupid, though.
liberal
They can't
cops,
even,
man.
They can't even say that. They can't even say that. They still have to somehow be pro-police while also towing this line. Like they're trying to play it from both ends. They're not good at their own rhetoric.
No.
Like we're literally better at doing their propaganda for them.
Which is why I am not making billions of dollars right now. Okay. Because I could very easily be I left the left because they were whatever XYZ. I'm a I'm a transgender. I don't know if I could say the word I wanted to say on YouTube or Twitch without getting consequences against us, but I'm allowed to say it. I could do that and be that kind of grifter, but I'm not gonna, because I actually have actual, you know, morals and ethics and values that I ascribe to in a world that I want to see.
Hello, Ruben. I see him.
Ruben? Oh
That's
my
Ruben,
God, you
right?
can on your screen. Hi, boy.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe I can.
People on my end can't see it, but they can deal with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna show them on my screen real quick. Ring. Look at him. Look at that man. Look at that thing. What the hell is that? What is that thing?
What the hell? Look at that goblin.
Cute. I love him. Oh no.
God, look at these losers.
Bro, at
man.
least let the dude with the chest tats come up instead of this Ben Shapiro failed clone. I want to see what the hell this guy has to say. He's like, I'm sniffing him out. He's like some kind of Latino. I'm Latino, but I'm one of the good ones kind of guys. I'm smelling it. He's got what looks like a sick tat. I don't know. Could be cool.
So in California, for example, the state
yeah.
legislature, completely progressive, just passed a law that limits sex offender registration to 10
Wait,
years.
let's see the fact check that Jubilee San fact check has put up. California has a tier-based sex offender registry. Those who commit misdemeanors have to register for a minimum of 10 years, while those who commit more serious sex crimes have to register for 20 years to life. Interesting.
That seems fine to me. Like, I'm sorry. Obviously, it's a shitty thing to do to grope a lady's ass, but not nearly as bad as if you full on, like, actually do other, like, more egregious shit to her. So I think that 10 years for that person is more than, like, it's more than fine to me.
Like, regardless of, like...
They'll never do it again. I mean, I've been sexually assaulted before at a bar. Like, some dude some half pint came up and decided to kiss me on the lips, like, out of nowhere. Like it was a gay event, so like this guy was looking at me smooching my now wife, and just decided that it was his turn. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I had no idea what to do. But like I don't want that guy to like be put in jail for fucking life. Like yeah he sucks, but like
the people.
Hopefully he learned his lesson and he can continue living his life. Like,
like that
should
guy.
Have a tiered system.
If it was in California, that guy might get like the minimum of 10 years, whereas someone like, you know, Donald Trump or Jeffrey Epstein might get 20 years to life then, because of the amount of alleged sex offending that they've done. You know, I think that makes sense.
Right
there, this guy.
There he is.
I got him.
I was just gonna say, we have here. Hold on, I gotta show my chat. We have Alec Gunter at home.
Oh no! Don't say that. Why even? I would not associate the self with this person.
He looks like a Walmart version of me, though. Kind of. He doesn't have a mustache. Like I don't know why he's rocking the beard and not the stash.
Listen,
but...
you said it, okay? For the sake of your dignity, I cannot
no,
go along with this.
I'm saying he's inferior. I'm saying
I understand. Even then, that is like, if the roles were reversed and you were saying a person looked like me, even no matter how identical that person might be, given, you know, the caliber of human we're dealing with here, you're just insulting yourself right now. And I can't abide that. As a friend, I can't let you do that to yourself.
Fine. Fine. Never mind. He looks nothing like me.
Now
I take
you're
it back.
talking.
I'm saying that Donald Trump was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. When Ghislaine Maxwell, who's the worst child sex trafficker of our lifetime, she's serving over 20 years. Do you know Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, she's actually not. Jeffrey Epstein's the worst sex trafficker.
He's dead. I'm talking about people alive right now.
It's interesting though.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Wait. Okay. Wait.
Why
Let's talk
make
about Jeffrey Epstein then. Yeah.
How is that an own?
Wait, let's talk about.
How
let's
is
talk
that
about
an
Jeffrey
own?
Epstein. We can go there.
That's crazy.
I wish that the pubic hair letter had come out before this was
True.
filmed.
I don't understand where he's trying to go with that. Like I
don't either. He's like
Mediasan brings up Ghislaine Maxwell, and you're like, oh no, that's actually Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, you know, who's left-hand woman who was convicted on a variety of crimes that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't able to be convicted on because he, you know, suspiciously died while in prison. Like, it doesn't help his argument at all.
If he says, I think he thinks if he says things more like confidently enough, people will just eat it up.
Oh no, he's a Ben Shapiro acolyte for sure. He's even got like the visage, you know.
Like you
he's
don't
like
even have
squinting.
to say words. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You don't even have to say words. You can just be like, and then people will just like lose their shit and be like, oh my god. Like that's the level he's operating
Before
on.
I'm accused
like
of
that, there was nothing
anti-Semitism,
there.
when I'm saying he's squinting, I mean like he's furrowing his brow to look very serious. You know? Sorry.
Well, now people will accuse you of being anti-Semitic.
They already were gonna. Okay? I put out a video,
That's fair.
You know, defending Palestine. It could have been the most milquetoast video you've ever seen.
Well,
and
did
yet,
you condemn Hamas in it?
Yeah. I said that October 7th was a horrible terrorist attack. That should not have happened.
Yeah, as long as you start the video with a 10-minute diatribe about Hamas and how horrific they are.
And then like 1 minute at the end being
fine.
like, also, genocide bad.
Oh, great. I'm glad you brought up Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, before he died, did an interview with Michael Wolff. He's on tape. I don't know if you heard the tape. He says, my closest friend was Donald Trump.
Here
I
we
was
go.
his closest friend. Elon Musk, I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He tweeted recently that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files. And Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the right-hand woman of Jeffrey Epstein, when she was on trial for child sex offending, which you and I are opposed to, Donald Trump stood up and said, good luck to her, I wish her well. So yeah, that makes him pro-crime and pro-criminal if he's being soft on child sex traffickers,
well, you just said they
like
were his
Epstein.
Friends. He's
no, I'm saying he was friends. He was friends with Epstein. You haven't seen the videos? They danced together, partied together. Epstein said I was his closest friend.
He's not supported the pedophilia part. The only people supporting
are you sure?
pedophilia
Trump gave a speech about
Don't worry, guys.
Everything else is fine. He was a chill dude. He was just kind of a pedophile also, you know, as a side note.
In Epstein and Trump's later years, before Epstein got yoinked, this guy, Gerard or whatever, that Mehdi is debating, was also in those same rooms, and he saw that when Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were hanging out, Donald Trump was shaking his head no the entire time, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
So he was not in support of it. He was just on the inside. You know, sometimes you have to go along with it in order to expose them all later, you know, as like the white hat PDF file that Trump is.
I heard he was given a little tut-tut, like a little tongue clicky. You know?
Yeah. He was like doing one of these.
Epstein guy. Epstein, I love you, buddy. No.
You can't be doing that.
I love you, but you can't be doing that. I love you. I love Epstein. I love him.
Oh, man.
Years ago where he said Epstein's a great guy, he loves young women, a lot of them are very young, nudge nudge, wink wink, laugh laugh. So yeah, I think he's pro-crime and pro-criminal.
So you think
and I think he's soft on sex offenders.
Do you have any friends who are criminals?
Not that I know of. Certainly not child sex offenders. No, do you?
No, of course not.
Okay, so we're both in agreement again.
If
So why are you defending Donald Trump?
If it came out tomorrow that one of your friends was a child sex trafficker.
Sorry,
this dude
absolutely has friends. No, it's fine. This dude absolutely has friends who are child sex offenders. There's like he has.
No, like he's surrounded by. Maybe there's a couple in the audience at this moment in the Jubilee panel.
Yeah, surrounded by
Who knows?
What? Fascists.
Statistically speaking,
you know, statistically.
Yeah, statistically speaking, the average child sex offender is a white man who is
Christian man,
a white Christian man who knows or has a relationship with the child in one way or another, usually familial.
Yeah,
and especially for the side of the fence that who's like the majority of the states that still allow for corporal punishment in school, for instance, are red states, and all the states that have laws against it are blue states for the most part. Right-wingers for a long time have been soft on, you know, persecuting people who have committed child abuse. I'm just gonna say that. And if you look at a variety of convictions of people who voted for Trump. There's a whole list, you know, they're implicated in some of those kinds of crimes. I don't know, man. You might want to be careful.
I bring up the Catholic Church, you know,
Yeah.
like.
Oh, and we'll get
defense
into
they've
Catholicism later in the video, apparently, too.
Yes.
So that's
I
exciting.
grew up Catholic, so that'll be fun.
Oh, no.
Oh, we both did the
Oh,
thing.
man. I'm not
Here, you do
clicking.
it.
Nah, it's too late.
Okay.
No,
Stop.
you hang up.
Hey,
And then I'd go on TV and I would say, "Oh, look, Mr. Hassan was friends with this guy 10 years ago. Therefore, he's
What if
pro-child
Mr.
sex
Hassan
trafficking."
said, "I wish them well when they're on trial"? Wouldn't you ever go at me for
You
that?
wish your
Wouldn't
friend
you
well
mad?
on trial?
Yeah, child sex trafficker. Would you be mad?
I wouldn't wish someone well, but that's
But
My
Donald
sex
Trump
offender
did.
friend?
That's your
No.
gotcha.
It's a pretty
Is it
big
he said
gotcha.
He wished
Yeah,
a friend
pretty
well.
big gotcha.
Okay,
He
but
praised
see,
the- he
which
praised
is-
I'm sorry. You might not be able to get away with this, Alec. But I cannot help but have the homophobia internalized within me just start going off like fire alarms with this guy's mannerisms. There are so, like...
You're right.
It's crazy how the Overton window of like actual like political debate has shifted so far right, and yet the Overton window of how conservatives are allowed to present themselves has shifted so far to like the effeminate side of things. It's crazy. I guess Ben Shapiro was like a big part of that. Respect, I guess.
Yeah, he was like he's got kind of an effeminate demeanor, and that's why he felt like he had to grow the beard, even though it looks like shit.
So when he left office in 2020, he left behind the
no.
highest murder rate for over 100 years.
He left behind the highest murder.
Yes.
That is the most bad faith claim you
No,
could
no,
possibly make.
it's a fact from the CDC
and you know
data.
what? Here's why it's bad faith.
Can I finish a sentence and then you can come back in?
You're just lying to people. Donald
I'm
Trump.
lying? Can I finish the sentence?
not a
Donald
lie,
Trump
it's
does
a
not cause the
truthful
murder
statement.
rates.
Can I-
They
Murder
just
is a
showed the
state level
facts.
That's
crime.
hilarious.
Gavin
Conservatives-
Newsom-
Yeah, like you can say that like, oh well, that didn't directly answer my question, but like he could be using that in a way to also directly answer your question, you know?
They don't know what bad faith means. I have conservative family members, and I won't say which one this was. I'll just say I have conservative people in my life, even though you know it's a family member now. But like I was arguing with him in DMs, and he was like, "Oh, that's bad faith. That's bad faith of you to say." And I'm like, "It's not bad faith of me to say a thing that is true."
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the thing was, but like I state a fact, and they're just like, "Oh, that's bad faith."
It's just like bad
It
faith
reminds
is
me-
whenever you say something that, regardless of its legitimacy, I don't like.
Yeah, it's their magic tool, right? It's the
Yeah.
fix it Felix hammer for why you're losing the debate. Well, you just hit it with the hammer. Oh, bad faith. But it reminds me of when I was a kid. I was like the early age of like 4 or 5. It was one of my earliest memories. I remember somebody saying that something was an accident, and in my little infant brain, and then they were forgiven, right?
Yeah.
And in my infant brain, I was like, that it's a magic word.
Oh yeah.
I can just say a thing that I do is an accident, and then I can do whatever I want. And it was like I unlocked a fucking superpower,
Yeah.
right? I was like light finding the Death Note. So like I decided I was gonna hit my sister.
What?
I don't know why I felt the need to do that. Yeah, I hit my
You
sister.
what?
Yeah, I don't know why I was mad at her or something.
How old are you?
So I
Like
hit her.
5?
I was like 4 or 5. So like I hit her, and my mom was like, she's like pissed at me, understandably. She's like, "Why would you do that?" And I was like, and she's crying, and I didn't feel bad at all. I had no moral compass back then. I was a
Well,
menace, and so I was just like, "It was an accident." And my mom is just, and then my mom did the worst thing she could have possibly done to me in my mind at that time. Is she said, "How was that an accident?"
Oh no.
And I went, "Huh?
Owned.
What?"
Owned in the
like,
marketplace of ideas.
This is breaking me. No, I like
It's
it was
cooked.
like getting the fucking
Hey.
bros cooked. It was just like getting the wind knocked out of me. I was like, oh no, I can't just do that anymore.
It's like it's like when you're play fighting with somebody when you're a kid, and you're like, oh well, I'm gonna get out my laser gun and shoot you, and it's like, oh yeah, well I have an anti-laser shield. Yeah, well I actually teleported behind the shield, and it was able to penetrate you, penetrate through the
Yeah, I have
back
a
where the
portal
shield
gun.
is less actually powerful.
effective.
No, but I have a new shield that's actually more effective on the back than the front because I'm usually running away from bad or something like that.
And eventually it's just like you're both just invincible time wizards or whatever.
Yeah.
You just never die or get hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, you just evolve
Playground
into
today.
your
But
ultimate form.
all that's to say, though, that is literally the level they operate on when they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's bad faith." No, it's not. It's just a fact, bro. Yes, this is MAGA. Thank you, Kermit. You get it.
Yup.
Like it's playground antics. So funny though.
When Donald Trump left office in 2020, between 2019 and 2020, according to data from the CDC, from the FBI, from Pew Research,
What the?
there was a 30% increase in the murder rate between 2019 and 2020. It was the single biggest jump in the murder rate since 1905.
And who's doing
so he's pro-crime
who's doing the murdering?
and
Aren't they
pro-criminal.
responsible? Who's doing the murdering?
The murderers.
So aren't they responsible
But why
for the
did it
murder
go up
rate?
on his watch?
What?
Then why have any crime law, like laws against crime at all? Like, who's doing the murdering? The murderers. Yeah, okay. Who's prosecuting the murderers?
They do the murder. Yeah, murders do murder. Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true. Like, but it went up. So like, you know, if it were a Democrat, like it's so funny because Mehdi Hasan is not defending the Democrats at any point. Like, this is not about them, but he can't accept that. He has to constantly be on the attack against the Democrats because in their minds, I love pointing this out. In their minds, we are just as cultish about our Democratic politicians as they are about Donald Trump.
For sure.
And it's just not true. Like, this is tangential. I'm just getting off into a tangent here, but like Bill Clinton. Oh my God, like Bill Clinton's in the files. What about that? Haha, owned. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, that
So what if
might
he
work
is?
on like Nancy
yeah, them
Pelosi or
too.
something. It's not going
Or
to work
Hillary
on like
Clinton.
the average Democrat, I don't think.
Yeah, no. Like, not even the average Democrat, let alone
Yeah.
a fucking leftist like
Yeah.
Mehdi Hasan. Like, that's crazy.
Right, we shut down the whole economy during COVID. We told everyone they couldn't go out unless it was to violently protest. We told people
Violently
that if a
protest.
But they never even said that. Who in the fucking government was being like, well, you can't go to church, but you can go to the BLM protest and flip cars and burn them.
Yeah, you can't
That
have
just
any
wasn't
pudding
happening.
unless you eat your meat or something. I don't know. That's Pink Floyd.
I recognize the lyrics.
I just it's absurd. Also, the right wing did protest. They did go out and protest. They protested against like mask mandates and eventually vaccine mandates. They protested against
That is true.
measures that would help their Mima not get COVID and die, bro. Like,
They also literally did Jan 6 in 2021. Can we not forget that?
yeah, well,
Like,
that wasn't a protest.
That was literally in the
a-
throes of COVID.
That wasn't a pro. That was just a guided tour. You forget.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot.
They
That was
just-
just a peaceful gathering. Of
They just
people
brought a
with similar
Confederate
ideas.
flag, a traitorous flag, into the rotunda of the Capitol. There's no problem there.
It's just unfathomable. Even I almost forgot how bad that was, man. I have to constantly remind myself.
Yeah, no,
It's just ridiculous.
it's been memory hold a bit, unfortunately. And the Democrats, to their
No, it's
credit, the
crazy.
Jan 6 committee was okay, but then the Joe Brandon administration didn't put a whole bunch of different Republican electeds that were in cahoots in prison, so that was a big L for sure. Like the idea
they
that Trump
should've
was allowed to run again was absurd.
And unbelievable. When I learned that, because I was like, who the fuck are they going to run in 2024? Certainly not Trump. It was Trump. Okay.
But the
Did
pandemic
he
didn't
cause
finish
that?
in 2020.
What?
The pandemic didn't finish in
No, but
2020.
you asked why the murder rate
and
went
yet
up.
we're
The
gonna
murder
play
It's still not over, by the way. I know that's
Yeah, I
shocking
was
to
just
some
going to
people.
say, it's technically not still over. Right.
Still going.
Like, the mask mandates are gone, but like, there are still some places and some situations where you should wear one, and like, you should still get your COVID vax, even
Yeah.
though people like my own fucking family members think that it'll give you heart murmurs or whatever. I don't know.
If you're going to
just
travel or
ridiculous.
if you're in an occupation that is constantly in contact with other human beings.
I literally need to get a COVID vaccine for my clinicals. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it is still a valid, and I work with a trach vent patient, like a respiratory patient. I need to make sure that I am protected against that.
Seems
We are
valid.
not out of the pandemic.
Name the policy
I'll
that's
name one right
pro-crime.
now. I'll name
Please,
one right
I've asked
now.
you for like 10 minutes.
I'll name
Please
one right
do
now.
that.
No, you haven't actually. You
He
talked about California
did.
legislatures. He pardoned violent criminals
That's
who
not-
then went
that's
on
not a
to
policy.
commit
He
other
did-
crimes. You don't think releasing violent crimes into
A
the
pardon's a
community?
one-time thing. What's his policy
know-
he has pushed? Name a law.
Yeah, he wants an exact law. He wants like SR 1X420 or whatever. The criminals are allowed to do crime bill.
It's like,
No,
what's
I-
the fucking difference?
Well,
There's
because
no
like
difference. Like,
it's
the
like,
outcome's the same.
and it's
Well, it's not the same because he actually circumvented the law to do it. you
yeah,
know?
it's
Like, he
it's
used the
easier for
presidential
him
pardon.
to get away with shit like that and create a climate where certain crimes are no longer being considered crimes. Like a lot,
Right,
like by
like-
being like, oh yeah, Jan 6 people that were violent in the Capitol, you're pardoned. So like now those people that might have not wanted to do the crime because they feared, you know, legal repercussion are now going to be more emboldened to do so.
I will say, just optically, I think this guy's done better than most of them have so far
Hmm.
because he has that Ben Shapiro affect. I think that optically, unfortunately, a lot of conservatives will be fooled by this.
Well, he's definitely, like, he's poured a lot of stat points into the debate bro skill, whereas some of the other people
Definitely
are
maxed out that skill tree.
they're just
yeah.
like Instagram fascists or whatever.
The Ben Shapiro branch.
Yeah, the sect of Ben Shapiro
the
acolytes.
Yeah, the guild.
The
You
draft.
guys
Listen,
may want to dodge January 6th, the pardons.
I'm not dodging that.
Then
Jimmy
deal with
Carter.
it. Did you agree with
I'm
them?
gonna right
Do
now.
you agree with
Jimmy
them?
Carter
Do you
pardoned
agree with
draft
the
dodgers.
pardons?
Like, it's always, oh my god, but what about this Democrat? But what about this Democrat? But what about this Democrat? I don't care. Also, dodging, I'm sorry, but this might hurt the conservative feelings. Dodging the draft in the Vietnam War was based, actually. Because, for one, regardless of the morality of it, because wars are never fought on morals or whatever, it's all geopolitical power at the end of the day is what you're attempting to get. It was a losing war, okay? You could ignore all the politics about it. It was absolutely hell for the men who were shipped over to Vietnam, you know, not to mention the absolute devastation of the people that were in Vietnam. But like, if you want to look at it selfishly even, Donald Trump dodging the draft was a good thing for him because he didn't want to go and die in Vietnam.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I tell people, like, oh, if they bring back the draft for like all, you know, they go full on like medieval with it and be like, oh, all men at any age, whatever, you're drafted. I will do the same thing. I will follow Donald Trump in his footsteps and say, actually my shoulder hurts a little bit. Or like, you know, I got this sting, this pain, this twinge in my back. I'll literally injure myself before I go to war.
Yeah.
Like, I will do that. Follow in Trump's footsteps.
It is crazy though that it's always like, what about when Democrats do bad thing? Because they assume
Right.
that the person that they're arguing against is just going to agree with everything the Democratic Party does.
Yeah, we're just not diehard for our we're not cultists. Like
We're
you.
literally actively oppositional to the Democratic Party, at least the left is.
And look at how they've treated Zoran Mamdani.
Yeah. And like, even a lot of the more moderate Democratic voters don't like their own party. Like, the Democratic Party's polling on their approval is in the toilet right now, even among their own party. And it's because the Democratic Party fucking sucks. They're not an opposition party. They're useless. So we're trying to make the party better because in our first past the post voting system, they're our only option, at least electorally.
Right. So instead of like deflecting the Democrats, answer the fucking question.
Yeah.
Is Donald Trump pro-crime because he released a bunch of violent criminals back onto the streets?
Well, yeah,
and I'd
but
say yes.
But Bill
pretty
Clinton,
obvious.
but Bill Clinton touched kids like Donald Trump did, so you have to answer that first.
Fuck, you're right. And I forgot when I come home and worship my Bill Clinton painting that is taking up 80% of my wall. And my
your vinyl record
America,
on constant infinite loop of his saxophone playing.
My MACA flags, Make America Clinton Again. You know, like, like, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you support the pardoning of people who went on to be prosecuted for sexually abusing a 7-year-old child, illegal gun possession, reckless homicide?
Now, see, there's more bad faith. See, there's more bad faith. He didn't pardon someone for sexually abusing a child.
But they went on to be convicted
someone
of it.
for rebelling against the government that they believed had rigged elections. That's what he pardoned them for. He didn't pardon them
for one, why did they believe that? For two, like, maybe that could be a good justification as to why you did it. But if you're presented with the information that proves that that wasn't the case, especially even before you went and did the thing, I feel like that kind of a defense doesn't really hold much water anymore. Like, there's
just as a tangential, a completely unrelated note. Did you know that r/punchable faces is banned?
Well, I mean, that's fair enough. It's
just a completely tangential note.
It's a pro-bullying subreddit. I wouldn't be in favor of that, Alec. I don't know about you. I would never make fun of anybody for their appearance physically. You know,
no,
it's not something I engage with.
Good point.
But they were criminals who committed those crimes. He let them out, so that means the crime rate goes up.
So you say they're criminals because they did the crime, right?
Yeah.
Would you
really? You're telling me that these guys are criminals because they committed crimes and were convicted of crimes in the justice system. That's what you're telling me.
Oh, so now doing crime makes you a criminal.
That's true.
Here's the woke left again, folks. Look at that.
Ben Shapiro did once say,
just like saying I hate the Jews makes me a Nazi. Wow, that's crazy, man. I didn't know that this is what the fucking world is.
The loony left has gone too far. Even Ben Shapiro had a famous tweet. I think it was during like the 2016 Democratic primaries or whatever, where he was like, not a single person up there when asked about how to make crime go down did anybody say making crime illegal. or something like that. Do you remember that? That is a classic.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that making
You should
crime
just make
illegal
crime illegal.
and then selling your house to Aquaman are my two favorite bits from him. Aquaman. I love H Bomber guy. Just one small problem, Ben. Fucking Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Send that to
so
illegal
good.
immigrants that they're all criminals because they committed a crime. I have a feeling
they're
your
not.
The
position's
Supreme
going to
Court.
change.
Supreme Court. We're going to talk about immigration.
That someone who's illegally entered the United States, not a criminal, but somebody who
according to
illegally
Supreme
entered the
Court.
Capitol.
They're
is-
different offenses. There's a difference between a criminal offense and a civil offense.
Yeah, that, and also just because you enter the United States without having permission does not automatically make you a criminal. If you go to court and you get what's it called?
Asylum?
The word is asylum. Thank you. If you get an asylum claim, you file for an asylum claim, that is internationally legal. Like that is the legal process by which you can claim asylum in a country that you are not from. That is a legal process. So they are not illegal criminals if they are coming here seeking asylum.
Yeah.
So you're already wrong.
It's like the question about like the policy in California about like should people who like slap someone on the ass be on the sex offender registry for as long as somebody who like sexually assaulted and killed a person? No, probably not. I
No.
think the sexual assault should be on the list for life. It's the same level of like, well, are there different tiers of different kinds of crimes? Like, why do we have a justice system at all? If you commit any kind of crime, you should just be put in jail for life. Why have a trial
Right.
that determines the length of your sentence or anything like that, or the severity of your punishment? if all of these crimes are on the same level.
Personally, I think if you steal a candy bar from the gas station and get caught,
Shoot
that you
on
should be
sight.
thrown in jail for the same.
Nah,
Yeah,
shoot on sight.
cut off it, or at the very least, cut off his hand so he doesn't do it again. You know? Like same thing.
just cut out
same
the
thing we
middleman.
do for like right. Same thing we do if you like held up a fucking bank with a gun. You know,
Yeah.
same thing. It's the same thing. If
Well,
you think about
you're
it.
actually infringing on the capital interests of the business owner in that way, and that could have negative downstream
True.
effects for that person's livelihood and therefore their own life, their ability to
Yeah.
sustain themselves. So you might as well just shoot and
Think
kill the
about it.
person stealing the Hershey bar.
That $2.50 could have really helped that guy out of a bind in 20 years. You
True.
know,
The Walmart CEOs,
it could be
man,
worth
they're
$2,000 by then with this rate of inflation.
hurting. Walmart CEOs are hurting. Okay, you can't be stealing Milky Ways from the checkout line.
Yeah, think of the poor billionaires, guys. Come on.
The Supreme Court of the United States.
The Supreme Court has said that anyone who enters the United States
The
illegally
Supreme
is not a
Court,
criminal.
and we could
What's the
jump
case
to
site? Can I get the
future
case
claims.
site? Can I get
Can
the
I get the
case
case
site?
site?
Jumped at 20
Source?
You want to get
Source?
the case?
The case site, please. For
You
you said the Supreme Court
The
said,
citation of the case.
yes,
He's
that
starting to
entering
sound
the
like
United States
Ben
illegally is not a
Shapiro.
crime.
It's called Arizona versus United States 2012. Go look it up.
Pause.
Uh-oh.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
I do wonder.
He brought up Binder.
Before he got yoinked. Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't notice that. Before he got yoinked. Oh, this is perfect virgin walk, by the way. Before he got voted out, he said 2012? I wonder where he was going to go with that. I'm very curious. I don't know.
I don't either. Probably something to do with Obama, right?
Ooh, yeah, maybe.
When you say pro-criminal, what do you mean?
This is fucked up. This is ostensibly supposed to be a far-right person. But he looks like he could be, he looks jolly. Like he's got
He
the
does.
cheekbones and like the fat distribution of like a Santa Claus. What the hell,
He
man?
looks like the bartender in a fantasy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like in a fantasy setting.
the
Like
hell?
he'd be scrubbing a dish.
Bro has lost his
Welcome
way.
in, traveler. What can I get for you?
Yeah, bro has
Or no,
lost
I guess
his
he'd have
way.
like a more gruff voice. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it possible that all these
just
things
did.
that he's done that supposedly make him pro-crime,
Yeah.
is there's another reason for the doing it? There's other justification. For example,
no,
let me
but-
give
Wait,
you an
you have
example
to-
and then
wait,
you can
no.
talk about it.
We want
Wait,
excuses.
hold on. That puts the burden of proof on you now. Because the
Yeah.
Occam's razor conclusion is that he's pro-crime.
Yeah.
For one reason or another, he endorsed that crime and allowed it. So now the burden of proof is on you to say, no, it was something else.
And this is like a human centipede of burden of proof as well, because the burden of proof started with the defendant, and then it went on to the prosecutor, and then it went on to the judge, and then the burden of proof was cleared up by the justice system when he was convicted, or indicted, I should say. So now,
Yes.
the burden of proof was on the justice system, and they figured it out. So the burden of proof, even before Mehdi Hassan became a part of the conversation at all, was on this guy.
I agree. Objectively speaking,
Because he's
you're correct.
arguing against the established proof of the indictments.
But let's be as charitable as possible here and just say we're looking at this conversation in a vacuum and we don't know who Donald Trump is. And you say he's pro-crime. Sure. Now you have to prove that. Mehdi Hassan did. He did. He gave plenty of examples and this guy cut him off. Like, and was like, okay, we've got enough examples now.
Yeah.
But now the burden of proof is like still on you.
Now
guess,
I
for
need
some
excuse.
reason.
Now I need a good way to make excuses and try to make you agree with them, or something.
Now we have to be like, okay, this is like, I like to think of this sometimes in medical terms where it's like somebody comes in with like all the symptoms of cold, like a common cold,
Yeah.
right? Like a cough, whatever. But what if it's not a cold? Like some guy who's not a doctor, like some bumfuck nobody who just stumbles into the office. But have you considered that it's not a cold though?
Well,
What
it
if
worked
it's
for
cancer?
that. It worked for that one guy on TV. What was his name? Dr. Gregory House. It's not lupus.
True,
Man.
yeah, true. He stumbles in and he's like, "You have ass worms," and
He
they're
needs
like,
more mouse bites.
He doesn't, and every doctor around him is like, "He doesn't have ass worms. The symptoms show these other things," and then they look and they're like, "Oh my god, he has ass worms," and House is like, "Yeah,
This is
I
like-
told you."
And how did you seek to treat this? Well, we were gonna give him the drug. No, the drug won't work. It'll kill him. He needs more ass worms.
This guy's literally Dr. House if you think about it.
Oh shit! Do you know Donald Trump jaywalked one time though? It's true.
I mean, if that doesn't make him pro-crime, I don't know what does. I can forgive being in the Epstein book, but jaywalking is where I draw the line personally.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, what's the J in jaywalking stand for? Jeffrey?
I was gonna say
Mm.
Jepstein.
Yep, that's the one. That's the one I would go for immediately.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh man.
I've literally worked with kids like when I was a gymnastics coach who are smarter than people than like this. Like
Oh, yeah.
they have more. They've progressed more along Eric Erickson's life development stages, if you know what that is. Like they have like these people are operating on like a like an infant's level.
You're telling me
of
like if I go
thinking.
like this in front of them and go, "Huh," and then go like that,
You joke.
they think that I will
You
have actually
joke.
disappeared.
You joke.
I'm a magician.
But think about it. Think about it. If you think about it, like it's only like a level above that because you show them a map of the voting demographics and they're like,
Oh,
look
yeah.
at all this red.
Yup. That is
Look at
no,
all
you're
this
right,
red.
You're right. Well, there's
It's
a reason
literally,
why
like one step above that.
there's a reason why the public education system has been a target of the Republicans for a long time in
Yeah,
defunding
keep 'em
it,
dumb.
and it's
keep 'em
because
dumb and
otherwise
s-
people will not
and-
vote for them.
Yeah, keep them dumb and complacent, and make them hate each other.
There's a possibility that he might have had other reasons. For example, unifying the country.
Yep.
Next
Uh-huh.
chapter, right?
What the
could
fuck
be
is
the
that?
reason.
What is that? I'm sorry. Who?
It's not pro
Is
crime.
that?
There was other.
What on earth am I looking
That's the
at,
guy who
dude?
said he's a fascist, right?
Yeah, that I'm
Or
looking.
no, you're talking about.
You're missing
Yeah,
the
you're looking at
elephant
this
in the
guy.
room.
Yeah,
He's got
sorry,
a
my feed isn't
waxed
showing it very well.
mustache. What is going on here, man? What is the?
You
this...
guys probably know which guy this is. We'll see him later.
Listen.
I've seen him.
Oh, they're wearing the same. He's got the same tie as the twink in the beginning.
He does.
Yeah. Wait, maybe they're part of like the same school or something. That's
Man,
crazy.
See, here I was thinking that the communists wanted everybody to dress the same way.
That's Waluigi Mangione. That's not good, man. You
Don't
can't.
do
You can't be
Mangione like
saying
that.
shit like that. Don't do Waluigi
Listen, I'm
like
trying to
that,
think.
man.
Bro really thinks he's the main antagonist.
He's definitely
we got-
tied someone to the train tracks before.
Oh yeah, we got
Oh,
Draco Mihawk at
man.
home, bro.
Oh shit. That's good stuff.
We got cartoon villains at home.
That's good. No, I like this guy. Hopefully he's not totally insane.
I like his stash. You can't knock him for the stash grooming. You know.
He might be. I won't
No.
say this.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm sure we were-
It's just like this. Obviously, this whole getup is cringe, and it's more. And the cringe factor is accelerated by the fact that he's on a panel where he's fine with being labeled far right. And like, if that wasn't the case, then this level of cringe would be like endearing. But now it's just like you've played yourself. You can't be looking
I
like
think
this and also hold absurdly cringe like opinions. It's too much
You gotta
cringe.
ask yourself where it comes from, right?
Yeah,
Because like
yeah.
if you were like actually this cool, chill, whimsical, fun-loving dude, and that's why he's dressing like this, I'd be all over it.
Yeah.
But this is coming from a place of conceitedness. Like he thinks he's all that. You can see it on his face. Like he thinks he's got all the answers. He thinks he's like, I look fucking good, bro. Like he's not fun. Something about I don't know if something about conservatism, or I guess I should say fascism, because they're all fascists. Like it warps your face. I don't know what it is. I get the vibes. Even through the screen, you get the vibes. As Hassan said, the magician.
That's funny.
The magician has arrived.
Man, the magic man.
I've interviewed these police officers. They've been beaten by people
They smell the
who they've
weakness.
then seen walk off the streets and then carry on threatening them. Yes, when Donald Trump is responsible for that, you're definitely pro-crime.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Thanks.
Like this guy, he's very clearly not in it for the love of the game. He's here for, I don't even know how that man got here, but like I said in the beginning, he's got an energy.
This man walked into the studio on that day. They're like, oh, fuck. We're short one. Fuck.
Like he's like middle management in like in the office building next door in like some firm or whatever, and he accidentally came here, and they were like, wait, we're down one. Somebody canceled last minute. Hey, can you can you be part of this? Because he's got too much of a jolly and like affable visage. Like he there's no way he's as evil as these other people. I think he can be saved. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he doesn't give me the unsavable vibe. I agree. It sounds like he was at least trying to like he understood. I think even he knew how ridiculous he sounded. It almost seemed like, you know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
But what if there's like a chance that like he was doing this for a good reason? It's like he was trying to convince himself.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like it was crazy.
I mean, that's what a lot of them making their claims are trying to do. But
oh yeah, I was there, bro.
that's
NB
true.
brother, whatever.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Brother works.
NB sibling. I came
That
up with the word,
doesn't
and I
work,
can't remember what it is.
unfortunately. That one don't
It
work.
doesn't work. NB sibling.
I mean, you
Is
could
that
even
too
say
cringe? Is that too
sibling, but like
liberal?
brother just has a certain sonic nature
Brother.
to it. That's why I
As
use
long
it
as
all
you
the
don't
time.
mind being called, as long as you don't mind being called brother.
That's this. Listen, I appreciate the cautious nature. However, I cannot be misgendered. So anything flies.
Fuck. I didn't realize your power level was so high. My
I don't know.
apologies.
You gotta know who you're dealing with. Alec, you didn't do your research.
You're right. I didn't.
Do you think Donald Trump is in the Epstein files?
No, I do not. Here,
What, is Elon Musk lying?
Oh no! Oh no! He didn't know. He didn't
It
know.
was before. It was the
Oh,
before
man.
times. Which it wasn't really the before times.
No, we already
because-
knew.
But now, like, it's so undeniable.
Now
that,
it's without
you
a
know,
shadow of a doubt that they have to be like, oh well, even if
Yeah.
he's in the file, it doesn't mean he's a PDF file.
Exactly.
Just being
even,
mentioned
no,
in
even
it.
people in my life, who voted for Trump are like, yeah, he's probably in there. Like,
Yeah.
it's undeniable now. It's so funny.
A
It's
lot
so
of
funny.
people,
This will age like wine, dude.
yeah, a lot of people who, man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, a lot of people like
who-
just don't
yeah.
mind that Trump did all that shit on the right because either A, they don't believe he did. B, if he did, he was doing it for, you know, to get into these circles, to get a bunch of information, to expose them all later, or whatever. Or C, it doesn't matter because he's doing XYZ thing that I wanted him to do, like creating concentration camps for Latinos and other people that I don't like, you know? There's
Yeah.
always going to be a way
Yeah.
for them to justify their dear leader being able
Oh.
to do things like that.
That's how conspiracy brain works, right? Like, this has been studied, and this is not a joke. This is how it works. Is like the conspiracy gets shattered, and so you have like an exodus with a lot of people leaving, but the people who stay get even further in.
Yeah.
They weave the web more complex, and they just make themselves even more immune to what's happening outside. So the real committed people are going to be like, yeah, he was in the files, but like he was on the inside, like he was doing inside work, and they didn't know, and now he's going to own them all, and it'll be epic when he does. Or, you know, like it is a Democrat conspiracy theory. Donald Trump was as a fake twin brother, long lost. Like
Bizarro
who
Trump.
knows what they'll come up with. Yeah, Bizarro Trump, exactly. They cloned him. The past Trump was from a vat.
Yeah. And believe me, that Trump, not as handsome.
Here's
Smaller
what they did. They
hands.
cloned Donald Trump. They cloned Donald Trump, built a time machine, went back in time and put Bizarro Trump in with Epstein and
that's
made them
right.
friends. And that's why Donald Trump looks so confused whenever anybody like brings him up.
That's true.
Like, who's Epstein? I don't know who that is. I've never drawn a picture in my life. They see Bizarro Trump drew all those pictures.
That's true. That's why they were so poor. If I drew the pictures, believe me. Photorealistic, that's what they would call them.
Mona Lisa.
Move over, Leonardo da Vinci.
Move over.
Kash Patel said that Epstein killed himself. Do you agree with that?
Whatever he says goes. Then yeah, I don't care.
What a fucking cuck! Oh my god! Whatever the deep state says, I'll go along with it. How the mighty
Charlie
have
Kirk
fallen,
levels.
man.
Charlie Kirk levels.
That's
my friends in
crazy.
the government. I trust them. I trust my friends in the government.
That's
what happened
crazy.
to Ronald Reagan? Well, if somebody from the government comes to your door and says, what did he say? He says, the 7 words you never want to hear. Is it 7 words? I think.
Like the
you never wanna
7
hear
most
somebody
terrifying
saying,
words or some shit like that.
I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Yeah, 14 or whatever. The 14.
Oh yeah, the
terrifying
14 words. No, that was something else. That was a different thing.
You're right.
Suddenly people are trying to vote you out because you said you agree with Kash Patel on Epstein.
He knows more information
All right,
than I do.
Pause. That's time. Please return to your seat.
Good to meet
What
you.
a L.
Take care.
Goddamn.
Surrounded.
I can
is
see
now
why some of these people didn't make the viral clips.
Why would I listen to this as
anywhere,
a podcast
anytime.
if I can't see the people and make fun of them with ad hominem attacks?
Exactly. That's like a big part.
My
of
next
it.
claim is that Donald Trump is defying the Constitution.
So I would say that with Trump
boy.
being anti-constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly.
Okay.
Because
To be quite
in
frankly.
regards,
Be quite fair.
Can I just say, I had a ham sandwich earlier. Ham, spinach, onion, tomato, mayo, salt, pepper on a plain bagel toasted. And something about this man's complexion is just reminding me of the folded up pieces of ham that were in the little container that I drew it out from. Sorry, I need to eat dinner soon, but...
I was gonna say, is he making you hungry? He's looking at his delicious face, making you crave some delicious ham.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
the fact is, we're defending things in this
I was
country
gonna say
that
the
shouldn't
mayo
be
is what he reminds me of.
That's fair.
Just the glob
The
of mayo
First
you
Amendment
stick
should
on there.
not defend pornography and making.
Wait, we need to go back. Where the hell did that come from?
No, he's saying he doesn't give a shit. I've seen this clip. He's saying he doesn't give a shit that like the what the Constitution says if it doesn't defend us, which I agree with on principle. But
Yeah,
then
in
he
a
goes on to be
vacuum.
like, right, in a vacuum. But I like the First Amendment protecting free speech, including pornography. I like the Second Amendment that defends my right to defend myself, whatever. Like I like a lot of these amendments. I wish that some of them were fixed, like the slavery one, saying, well, slavery is still allowed as long as we brand them a criminal.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're not wrong in that respect, but then you go on and just fuck it up. You're like, oh, actually, porn should be illegal.
Yeah, right?
That's the bigger problem.
As
right
a
now.
proud Second Amendment exerter myself, you know, I don't know that these guys are really putting the respect on it that they should be. They're
No, Lore came out about this guy too.
Oh, no,
he
I saw
actually
that.
Has talked about, he's talked about his porn addiction.
I didn't see that. Well, I did see that he met with Nick Fuentes once, and one of his accounts is like just a Groyper account. He's just a straight up neo-Nazi.
Well,
which we'll learn.
Knowing Nick Fuentes' record with meeting with controversial people, who's to say what happened there?
The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized.
This guy's doing like the DK clap for the Smash Bros screen.
I don't understand it, man. Like, why make your porn addiction everybody else's problem? Like,
That's
are you
what
saying,
I'm saying. Like,
should
just
we like
watch it 3 to 4 times a day like a regular person?
Should we ban alcohol as well? Because some people are alcoholics and need mental health to break out of that cycle. Some people are unfortunate enough to be, you know, like more chemically in their brain or whatever susceptible to that kind of addiction, and they need the help. But like, I don't think banning it for everyone is the way to solve that issue.
Shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly, there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals.
That guy's watching porn. He does not agree.
And bad people.
Oh, there was just they panned to the last person on the last topic, and he was like, pornography banned.
Quite frankly, if Trump is anti-constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay. I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not.
So you don't believe in
Friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
Oh my god.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
He's so excited.
Dude, he's been holding this back. He's been edging for so long. He's just like, oh god, I gotta let it out. He just like it's disgusting, frankly. You know, for somebody who wants to ban porn, this is quite a
that's what I was gonna
disgusting
say.
display from him.
He's lost his other outlet. He knew he couldn't handle it, so now he's got to be fantasizing about his life as a subordinate to some strongman out there, you know? A lot of people
after this one.
A lot of people are able to, you know, explore that dynamic and that fantasy through the realm of porn, or even through, you know, consensual engagements with other people. This person, on the other hand, it's not enough for him. He needs to externalize that want and force everybody else, women, children, anybody, into that same arrangement. And that's fucked up. I think that's, frankly, that's aberrant and should be excised from American society. But that's what he's doing. It's clearly what he's doing.
Yeah, like, it's like, listen.
Because he's not going to be the guy on the top. Let's not be crazy, okay? He's not going to be the one on the top. He's not the dictator.
It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so sad too, because like we make fun of them for being cucks and like licking boots and whatever, but they do that thinking one day I'm gonna be the guy who's boot other people lick. And it's like, bro, you are not him.
You will never be him.
You will never be him. And even if you were like fucking Elon Musk, even he does not have enough. It never happens. You are never him. It never happens.
Even this guy's idol couldn't hack it for long enough. He ended up having to take his life by his own hands because he was a coward and didn't want to be brought up under the justice system.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's true.
So even even if his idol couldn't make it happen, maybe that's the motivation. Maybe he's like, I could probably do it better. I look more effeminate than my father figure Adolf. Maybe I can make it happen.
Listen, I think these people have a right to their lifestyle. I just wish they would keep it behind closed doors.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, that's the big
They can
problem.
lick all the boots they want in private, in the privacy of their own fucking homes.
And listen, I have, you know,
very good theory. I
have fetishes of my own, okay? We all do.
Sure.
I tend to find dominant women very attractive. It is what it is. And I'm not like a turbo sub myself. Like, I oscillate. But I do find dominant women attractive. I'm not out there being like, yo, big, strong, dominant women. That is the norm now. Every woman, mandated by the state, has to go to the gym, bulk up, and get buff. It's just not, because I'm a normal person. I don't need that. I don't need everybody else to be in the game with me, okay? I can find a person who is that person, and if I'm lucky enough, maybe we make it happen, you know? It's simple.
You're not allowed to be president if you're not a woman.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's how Donald Trump made it in there.
That's what your version of this would be. The matriarchy. The radical fascist matriarchy. But like in a cool female way.
Maybe one day. It would have been Hillary Clinton. That would have been the way to do it.
Yeah,
we dodged a bullet. We dodged a bullet.
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
whenever
the
it's in your
Second
favor.
Amendment. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No,
Something about the way
not.
it's
So you don't believe
facing
Yeah, no, it's there's an energy within him that's yearning to claw its way out.
Oh, like another person inside.
Yeah.
Just like, get out of it. I must make my opinions known.
Like his jaw unhinges and the two hands come out on the side of his mouth. It's like,
God, that would be such a good Meat Canyon video. Imagine Meat Canyon does a video on
he
this
just
guy.
comes out and it's just a little goblin fucking jerking itself, watching like porn on his phone. Oh man.
Strongman theory. Hard times create weak men, which makes me hard. Ah!
Oh man, I'm sorry to everybody who has to envision that. We can't let it go, okay? I'm gonna let you all in on a little secret. I don't know if you know this, Alec. Joe Biden was Catholic. So surely that should have been enough, because they were already talking about how Joe Biden was a dictator. Bro was like Che Guevara or like
he was everything
whatever.
they wanted.
Yeah, he was literally a Catholic and a Zionist, which is good for them too. They like that.
And he was deporting people.
True.
Like literally doing everything that they wanted.
That's crazy. But it wasn't enough.
But he had the will of D. He had the Democrat symbol. So they didn't like that.
Okay, but Biden is not
said,
racist. Are you sitting down? Are you in a position? Are you in a position to receive potentially obvious information right now in a mental state that you could do this?
Hold on. Yeah, make sure somebody's holding his hand.
Joe Biden was absolutely and still is racist.
Yeah.
If you go through his history, maybe you could make some arguments that he's not as racist as he once was. I don't know about that. Bro has a lot of racism in his past and within his heart, I think, his soul. That's crazy. But Biden is not. He was even racist and these people didn't like him.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, if we are able to enact local leaders,
who is the we, by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around.
Quite frankly,
yeah,
I've heard of that guy.
Absolutely.
So,
well, actually,
you guys,
I have quite.
Some of the people in this room don't make the cut from what I can see visually.
Actually, hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance,
they're one
from
of the
the
good ones,
Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you.
I disagree. We need to go back further to the primordial soup. We must defend the demographics of. We must return with a V to the primordial soup.
I should be allowed to envelop another human being like an amoeba and dissolve them in my single cellular acids and consume them without any kind of political ramification, I think.
That's returning. Yeah,
that's the way it used to be.
Thank you, Spork of Death.
It's crazy that this guy's like, yeah, I'm willing to suffer some brown people in the country, but I do want white people to be on top. Like, maybe the brown people can do all the labor that the white people don't want to do, or frankly,
like they can be our fast food workers. Yeah, I want them to be the person I yell at when my coupon doesn't scan properly. They can be that guy.
So, what's your name?
My name is my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh, well, I use a pseudonym.
I will say he said Connor, not conure, just so we're clear.
I'm online.
You want no association.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
What's the government look like? Yeah. I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does
Franco.
he come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
who picks the autocrat.
You're not going to be in the aristocratic class, man.
We could hold a vote on it. Kings were
isn't that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards.
Absolutely.
He is making this shit up as he goes, man. He's like, oh yeah, no, it's democracy sort of, but then it's not. But then it's like
this is
come on, man.
I don't know that we could watch this on Twitch or YouTube, Alec. You want to know why?
Why is that?
By Mehdi Hassan actually asking this guy to flesh out his ideas, perhaps for the first time ever, he is unknowingly participating in this man's fetish. He's helping him when he goes home to write more concise and vivid fanfiction smut about the world that he wants to see force on everyone else.
The first thing I was going to say before I said he's making this shit up on the fly is he's not helping his case. Like, he's not beating the allegations. But also, I want to point out on a more serious note, I don't know who it was that said this, but there was some guy who said some quote that I'm going to really fuck up right now, but it was something like, don't ever be fooled by the fascist pretending to believe the words that come out of his mouth. Yeah. Even they don't believe it. They know how ridiculous they sound. They know.
Never believe that anti-Semites are completely unaware of the absurdity of their replies. They know that their remarks are frivolous, open to challenge, but they are amusing themselves, for it is only their adversary who is obliged to use words responsibly since he believes in words. The anti-Semites have the right to play. They even like to play with discourse, for, by giving ridiculous reasons, they discredit the seriousness of their interlocutors. They delight in acting in bad faith, since they seek not to persuade by sound argument, but to intimidate and disconcert. If you press them too closely, they will abruptly fall silent, loftily indicating by some phrase that the time for argument is past. That's damn true.
So good. And that's what he's engaging in right now. And also the stuff that you said. But I also wanted to make a serious point. They don't buy their own bullshit.
And at a certain point, like, how do you deal with that? The only way is rendering them completely and totally politically irrelevant, so that they just have these crazy ass theories in the privacy of their own home.
And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills, because that's the whole thing.
How do you know?
That's true.
Autocrats tend to kill.
Well, they wouldn't kill me.
Yeah, they wouldn't kill a good, honest, God-fearing white man like myself.
I'm such a perfect specimen, you know? Like the picture of masculinity. They wouldn't kill me. I don't have the type of face that they would kill.
Yeah, only a mother could love. Unironically, I think the fact that he used to have a porn addiction, regardless of if he's gotten out of it or not, that might be a bridge too far for the kind of autocratic regime that he's talking about.
Oh, they'll come up with anything.
Like he would. I think he's cooked.
I'm of German origin, so if anything, you'd think that like I would be spared But they could easily look at me and be like, no, no, no. See, you're not pure enough because you're not blonde. Or like literally like a disability. Like they could say, oh, you've been diagnosed with ADHD. Well, that's not good for the regime, brother.
Yeah.
To the Hague with you.
Or like addiction, if it's classified as a disease. His previous addiction to pornography, he's in the salt mines now.
Literally anything. That's the problem with white supremacy is it's self-defeating.
Yeah, it's insular. And it's so insular that it implodes.
And so it's allowed to grow under liberalism because they realize we can't consolidate yet. So we need to continuously bring in more and more and more. And that's why they have people like Candace Owens doing literal white supremacy shit and Kanye West. But then as they take power, you know, you see even Ben Shapiro's being phased out. They're like, oh, that fucking Jew, right? Like that guy who is, you know, running defense for Israel. Like they're phasing him out.
They don't care that he's running defense for Israel. They care that he's Jewish.
Right.
Defending Israel is fine because if the homeland of the Jewish people is allowed to be Jerusalem or whatever, then during the Catholic rapture or whatever the fuck, all the Jewish people like go to hell or whatever so that all the Catholic people can go to heaven or something like that. That's why they like Israel. They don't like the Jewish people at all. It's an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, literally. that's how the rapture is going to come about.
My only point was they'll come up with any excuse they can. They're already doing it.
The main problem is that an out-group is always required because that is the foundation, the predicate upon which all of the oppression, all of the heinous atrocities that they commit are justified. You need to have an out-group that is a permanent threat to your existence, because otherwise the entire house of cards falls down. So in the beginning, the out-group is, say, non-white people. What happens when you get rid of all the non-white people? Suddenly, the outgroup has to be different kinds of white people. If you're a secular white person, you get sent to the camps. If you're if you're like of Mediterranean descent, you get sent away. Eventually,
make America telephobic again.
It's going to be so insular that only if you're from this bloodline, you're able to make the cut. And at a certain point, the House of Cards, it cannot stand anymore. You can't make a House of Cards with just one card.
But the thing is, Adolf Hitler himself didn't make the cut already. Like, he was not Ubermensch.
But he was insulated because he was at the top.
Yeah, but eventually, he's going to foster an environment where they will fucking kill him. Like it's always self-defeating.
He makes this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
Yeah.
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at all.
I didn't say that. I didn't actually say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that, but...
Bruh.
Just say it, dude.
It's such an easy no, dude.
Well, the problem is that he met with Nick Fuentes. And he's a groiper on his online account.
Oh, so, I know that he likes the Nazis. I know.
It's crazy too because
he's funny because it's such an easy no.
Well, he's also so excited to be like, yeah, I like the authoritarianism. I like the autocracy. I like the like all these already absurd things. Like, you might as well just admit that you are a Nazi. Like, what do you have to lose at this point?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
He's edging. He's still edging.
That's true. You're right. I shouldn't have called it out. I'm helping.
He has to hold off. Yep.
What about the persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's humanity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution.
We
so
have to rename
bad,
the show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
What can I say?
I think you can say
it was at this point he knew.
Yeah, I am.
Hilarious.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone is on this. Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not.
Clearly not, even though now we know Bro lost his job over this appearance, apparently. Now, unfortunately...
Supposedly that happened in January, and he was just bullshitting.
So he was grifting.
But I don't know. Let's just buy into it and say he did.
It's just, yeah. I mean, either way, he was able to grift like 30K off of dumbass right-wingers by saying that he lost his job because of it, which, like, rightfully so. I think you should lose your job for publicly admitting that you're a Nazi. I don't think a polite society should suffer people that are pro-genocide. It's cringe, man.
Absolutely. Because it's like, these motherfuckers love to say, like, oh my God, immigrants are such a drain on society, yada, yada, yada. And then they're like,
oh, yeah.
And they're like, spare change, please.
Nobody wants to work anymore, man.
It's
just
crazy.
get another job.
What happened to pulling yourselves up by the bootstraps?
Oh, but I need a $30,000 cash handout from a bunch of like-minded individuals.
I hope he pisses it away. I hope he pisses it away specifically on OnlyFans.
Oh, that's devious.
Oh,
it could happen
too. What I would not do to peek into this man's finances for the next month or so.
I mean, it would give some decent people some money if he did. Some more morally upstanding people, sex workers.
Is give all of his money to sex workers who need it. The only benefit this man provides society.
Maybe he should have remained addicted. He might have been a pivotal aspect of a lot of people's lives in that way.
He's literally more useful to society as an addict than in his current state.
You hate to see it.
Maybe porn addiction isn't that bad. Yeah.
Are you in favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not.
You mentioned Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children?
He killed communists because, you know, communists aren't people because you disagree with their political leanings.
It's crazy that they still are saying that in this fucking political environment. They still think they can say that. It's like, yeah, sure, a lot of people will buy into that. But like, even like the regular conservatives I talk to now, like in my life, they don't look at communists the same way they look at Nazis.
Yeah.
They're not comparable. And everyone knows that. They just think that communists are like weirdos. But
that's crazy.
Killed and women who he killed.
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic.
He only killed combatants. Is that what you're saying?
Franco and his forces killed or executed 150,000 people. That includes members of the Catholic clergy who were deemed either liberal or loyal to the Spanish Republic. Huh. Interesting stuff. But he was Catholic, dude. He was Catholic, dude. He didn't kill women and children. He was Catholic, dude. He would never hurt a fly.
Kill combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The white terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? Priests don't brandish guns and kill people.
You just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any question.
But quite frankly,
I don't debate fascists.
Okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you just seem offended. You just seem offended, to be quite frankly. Like
I'm offended by.
You just seem offended, to be quite frankly.
Did I
Jesus
trigger
Christ,
you?
Man.
Oh, the liberals triggered because I wouldn't condemn the Holocaust. I'm winning this discussion, by the way.
Oh man!
I just called myself a fucking Nazi. I score one for me.
and Mehdi is just like a brick wall. He's like talking to you is so beneath me.
Can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really care about being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being
why not?
Nazi is the whole thing.
I never called you a Nazi.
I care
you
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi.
That wasn't even the fucking thing that happened. He asked if you condemned what the Nazis did. He didn't call you a Nazi. Not one time has he called you a Nazi, even though it's an accurate descriptor.
You outed yourself. You're like, he's like, hey, can you just say like the Nazis were bad? And you're like, I can't believe you're calling me a Nazi.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man? You're crazy. You're out of your goddamn mind.
So
funny. A fascist and a General Franco supporter.
Well, yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was
so
awesome. Cool, quite frankly. Because the whole
thing. And you don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in democracy.
What are you doing here at a televised debate?
Somebody earlier said, originally I thought like this guy's a 4chan dweller, right? Somebody earlier said, no, he's on the Reddit subreddits, like where they have to really be under the radar.
That makes sense.
And that makes so much more sense to me because he doesn't give 4chan to me.
No.
He's not like.
Well, he's like an X user. X the everything.
Yeah, like he's an even bigger loser. You know what I mean? Like 4chaners usually know they're losers, which is like, I'm not saying that makes them better, but it does at least make them more honest and more like less spineless and jelly-like. Like but he screams Reddit to me.
No, for
Whoever
sure.
said that, definitely Reddit energy. Very good.
Yeah, Reddit phrenology.
This is democracy.
Bro looks like Snoo.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean upholding free speech after we win. Again, I mentioned.
He's just saying it.
Like, who the fuck would want to live under that world?
This is the most honest that he's been, though.
Yeah.
Like, he is saying the plan. He's like, no, the only reason we want free speech right now is so that we can take away yours later.
It's why he'll never make it in the space.
Yeah, and he's right. He just said the quiet part out loud. You are never, no matter how bad it gets, supposed to say that part. Even Hitler wouldn't do that. Idiot.
Well, that's because he's too hopped up on like Mountain Dew and feet pics or something.
Yeah. And feet pics. No, he is a feet guy, isn't he? Oh no.
He might be an armpit guy.
I think he's a piss guy. Is that mean to piss guys?
Oh, definitely. To both.
Yeah. It can always be both.
Hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me.
You just can't get away
Just
from
that
that
simple.
word.
When have the liberals ever done this to the same extent? Joe Biden
They literally didn't.
They do, like, they're the most useless political actors that we have in this country. It's absurd.
They're so inept. They're like, it's so funny. They're strong but also weak, right? Like, it's the classic fascist thing. It's like, look at how dangerous the liberals are and how much they do to us. But then also, like, look how weak and feckless they are.
Yeah.
It's like, pick a lane, brother. They didn't fucking do anything. Trump is our president because they did not arrest his ass.
If the Democrats were in any way close to the imagination of this guy, Donald Trump would be in prison. And rightfully so.
Close.
Yeah.
If you put a liberal with any amount of stones, like even just your average fucking liberal wanted Trump behind bars. Any liberal, but with some fucking balls.
There are so many, I've heard so many instances of people saying, like, especially like Gen Xers, like people in their 40s, 50s, whatever, that are liberals, are so fed up that they're even like Fed posting about shit. About
then they don't understand what Fed posting is.
about their opposition to things. Like, oh, why don't they just XYZ? Like, it's so absurd how far away.
Why don't they just redact it?
It's so absurd how far away the Democratic Party is from like your average liberal aunt. And that's not to say that like they should be XYZing them, but like just put them through the justice system. Put them behind bars.
Listen, I would be the same way. If I were some milquetoast Gen X liberal hopped up on lead poisoning, like I would also be like it's been 50 years. It's been 50 years of this same bullshit, and now the worst guy I know is ruling over me.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we can we do something about this,
Pick
please?
up the pace. We gotta fix this, yeah.
Please. I'm dying here. Now, quite literally, because I don't have health care. Thanks. Like, it's getting to a point, you know?
Pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I can't say the same, but...
I
I wouldn't have even shook his hand.
Yeah, I feel like at that point...
I feel like he did that subconsciously.
I feel like at that point, the show is over. Surely they can't go any far right than that. And a lot of them are clapping along to what the dude is saying. So, like, at this point, I feel like there's nothing more to be said.
What's so crazy, by the way, I just want to point this out. We have to say Fed posting. You know, we have to, like, conceal a lot of, like, the shit that would actually make the world better. And they just get to say this.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you know,
to
with
be
no
fair,
consequences.
To be fair, World War II was an effort to stop one of the greatest evils ever. And it did end in a bit of a violent way. So, like, there are some times where violence is justified. I think most people would agree with that.
Of course.
Yes, if you ask
I've said as much.
If you ask like a random person, hey, back in the slave days, if a slave killed his slave master and freed all of his fellow men and women and children who were enslaved by them, was that a justifiable act of violence? I think most normal people you ask that would be like, yeah, obviously, dumbass. Why are you asking me this?
Well, I'm comfortable saying it's fine to punch Nazis.
Yeah.
Because it's always self-defense.
I mean, yeah, I do think that argument does stand. Like, if their ideological worldview and the logical extension of what they want and what they even say they want leads to the inevitable violence against a whole bunch of different people, especially if you fall within the groups of people that we both would, you know, me because I'm trans, half Latino, whatever, and you, regardless of like your Germanic ancestry, your political views, because they get excited whenever they talk about Nazis killing communists or whatever. Yeah, like
I've been called a traitor, a race traitor.
If their political ideology logically extends to them happily being in favor of violence against those people, then obviously yes, excising those people from society is an act of self-defense. And ideally, you're able to do it via, you know, law and whatnot. But absent that, like, these people are a genuine threat to the safety and well-being of yourself and your loved ones.
Honestly, we just need to we need to do Pavlovian conditioning on them and just get like the electric shocker, you know what I mean? Just like buzz them every time they say something idiotic. How many Jews were killed in the Holocaust? Well, I don't know. Like, it was like just really. I don't know what else to do. Like, there's no other way.
Well, I mean, the primary way is the education system and shame, but the right wing has been working a multi-pronged attack on the education system and also making it so that it's less shameful to be a fascist.
They already built a re-education facility. It's called Alligator Alcatraz. I only wish that it could be such a nice, loving facility.
Nah, that's you mean the alligator alligator themed concentration camp in Florida?
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
don't use their silly little alliterated pet name for it, man.
I hope the fucking guards fall into the swamps, man.
I have my next video is going to be on the recent Human Rights Watch report on the conditions of several of these concentration camps, man.
It is not an exaggeration at all to compare it to fucking Nazi Germany.
No.
At all. Disgusting.
It required military might to liberate the people in the Nazi concentration camps. And right now, we're not at a point where military might is required, and we can actually find a more peaceful way to liberate people from these camps. And ideally, we pursue that as soon as we can.
Yeah, but, you know, the clock's ticking, and these people aren't getting any freer, so...
Yeah.
For example, Fifth Amendment.
Yes.
Due process.
Yes.
Judges have actually said you have violated due process.
Yes, except for people kind of forget the Clinton, the 1996.
Nobody cares. You are an old woman trapped in a millennial's body. You are not of this earth. You are a witch, a hag who has taken over the form of a younger individual. Nobody gives a fuck about what the Clintons did in the past. We're talking about Donald Joseph Trump. God, it's all they can do. But what about? But what about? But what about? But what about? Well, what about?
You got your Joe stars mixed up. It's Joseph Robinette Biden and Donald Jonathan Trump.
Oh, it's John Trump. The John Trump. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, you got your Joe stars mixed up. It's just like.
But what about?
Every time, all they think about is fucking Bill Clinton, like or
about fucking
Hillary
Bill Clinton?
or Obama.
That's
Yeah,
what they're thinking. They're fucking about. They're thinking about fucking Bill Clinton.
Maybe. Who knows, man? Like it's just like we're not talking about Clinton. I hope Benny Hassan says that. I hope he's like, we're not talking about Bill Clinton. I think he will, because he's been doing an exceptional job of always bringing it back to the point and just slathering these people across the floor, rhetorically, of course.
Let's see.
What about American citizens?
Who's getting deported? That's American.
2 American children have been deported multiple this year. Have you not been...
Bro, Donald Trump is even using his free speech.
One with cancer.
Donald Trump is even using his free speech to play around with the idea of maybe taking away citizenship from people that are American citizens so that he can deport them. But he's not going to do that.
That's his freedom of speech.
He's just talking about it. He's not going to do it. Come on now. Even though he's already done it.
They're always like, listen, he's just making a joke, or like he's just exercising his free speech. It's not like he's actually going to do the thing that he promises he's going to do.
But if he did, it would be based.
And then it's like Pikachu shock face. He did it.
And it was based.
Except it's not. They're not even Pikachu shock based. Yeah, it was based, actually. I'm glad he did it. And that's why I don't even buy that a lot of these, like, I think she's stupid. She's giving me stupid. But, like, and a couple of them have. But a lot of these people are not. They know exactly, like, that pasty white motherfucker knew exactly what he was doing. They know. They know. As long as they just skirt by and say, oh, it's just a joke. It's just a meme. It's just whatever. You wouldn't hurt a guy with glasses. I'm just a little birthday boy, right? My freedom of speech, blah, blah. And he said it. He said it. We just want freedom of speech until we can take it away from you. I wanted to see the villain just a little bit.
Oh,
the guy with the mustache, the nefarious, notorious railroad guy.
Found him.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's put it this way. I mean, I'm an immigrant too, from Iran.
Okay.
There isn't even
How
a
do you
U.S.
feel about the fact that people here want you out? Are you okay with that?
I'm
That's
here
a
to
good
debate
question.
you.
God his ass.
I mean, you're all on the same side.
Oh
you're part of one
God.
group.
No.
You've been clapping each other.
No,
Bro,
I mean,
that fucking he gagged him.
Oh,
What the hell?
he short circuited. He short circuited.
I need to see it again.
How do you feel about the fact that people here want you out? Are you okay with that?
I'm here to debate you.
You know what it is?
I mean, you're all on the same side.
Oh my God, I didn't even hear the stuttering the
man.
first time. You know what it is? He's never. That is like every time he's played that card, it has only ever worked in his favor. He's a
Yeah, because he's talking about to a bunch of fucking white people.
Yeah, he's a pick me. Like, so whenever he talks to people about this, Like his whole shtick here was to come on here and say, "Look, I'm an immigrant from Iran and I'm a fascist too. Now what?" And Mehdi Hassan's like, "Okay, bet then. How do you feel about the fact that these people want to deport your ass?"
Yeah, I'd prefer a non-fascist Iranian.
Yeah, he's like, I'm being challenged. No, like the slightest bit of fucking pushback, and he falls apart, crumbles. Oh no, defeated. That was the shortest Saturday morning cartoon I've ever seen. The bad guy got killed in one blow.
And like, you can't be all dressed up like this to deliver this kind of performance.
No kidding. Like,
but maybe really... he can still pull the rabbit out of the hat on this one.
Yeah, good point.
Give him a chance. Yeah, give him a chance.
We'll give him a chance here.
But how do you feel about that guy wanting me and you to leave?
But, you know,
I'm just wondering. This is the topic of immigration.
It's not
how
about
do you feel about the guy?
It's not about my feelings towards them. Okay. It's about staying on this topic.
Okay.
And
immigrants are good for America. Yeah. You and me.
Oh man, those claps, dude. Those claps. Imagine. He probably thinks, he's like, oh, they're clapping for me because I'm trying to get him to stay on point and it's making my interlocutor, Mehdi Hassan, look bad. They're literally clapping because you have demonstrated that you know your place, my brother. They're like, no, don't worry about the way that he's calling you out right now for being the useful idiot that you are, that we use you as. Stay on point. And then he passed the test. God damn. And then they're like...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, yeah, tell him.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Boy.
Go forth, pick me. Do your job.
That's sad.
I'm just wondering. This is the topic of immigration.
It's not
How
about
do you feel about the guy?
It's not about my feelings towards them.
Okay.
It's about staying on this topic.
Okay.
And
immigrants are good for America. Yeah. You and me, we're good for America.
Says it.
And the guy over there wants us to leave. So I'm just wondering how you feel about that.
So wasted time trying to cause division between me and
division. He wants you to leave the country. That's a pretty big deal.
Right.
I mean, you can ignore it, but that's your side, my friend.
Like you said, you were the one that tried to derail this argument. By bringing that.
It's literally core to my argument. I'm saying immigrants are good to America. People on your side are saying we should leave. Not me,
and
me and you.
I asked you, what type of immigrants are we talking about? Are we
immigrants
talking about
overall?
Oh my God.
So,
I mean, we're not gonna...
Mehdi Hassan is literally talking to this man and trying to get him to fucking put the gun down from his head. He's literally trying to stop a man from committing suicide in front of him. And he's just not having it. That's crazy.
Dude, he's all flash and no fire. Like, he came here, you know, pimped out in his gear there. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go forward and do my job as the pick me, you know? Like, I'm gonna be the guy that all these lovely white people clap for. And they did. They fucking clapped for him when he
truly
said,
should just be doing card tricks, man.
He was told to his face by another immigrant, you are being used. And he said, I'm not looking at them.
Yeah.
And they clapped. It's like a stage play.
He's literally trying to talk him off the ledge.
That's his magic trick. But to him, they just disappear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In the snap of my fingers, I will make everyone around me disappear.
With the snap of my fingers, I will make myself disappear, and you, because we'll be deported.
He snaps his fingers.
Trick.
Suddenly, all the melanin is drained from his body.
He
was a ruse the whole time.
I
was a white man the whole time.
He suddenly gets like the most posh British accent. You fool!
Yeah, more British than Mehdi Hassan's.
Immigrants overall doesn't mean all immigrants. Sorry to break that to you.
All right, so we have to make sure that the people who are coming here have the good intent of this country in mind. Agreed?
Yes.
All right,
irrelevant to my claim.
But when you have undocumented immigration going on,
the majority of undocumented immigrants do. The fuck? The majority of undocumented immigrants are law-abiding. They commit less crimes per capita than the native-born population in America. The citizens.
You are correct. You are correct. I would say that's beside the point. Because Mehdi Hassan's doing a great job of being like, you're trying to twist my claim. This is level one, like entry level, trying to like steer the conversation to something that it's not.
Well, it's because that's all he had.
This wouldn't even work on like your. This wouldn't even work on like your. That's the magic trick.
Well,
right?
yeah, that's all he had in his bag of tricks. It's just the one.
Yeah. No, that is the magic trick. Like, he is trying to turn this conversation into something that it's not, and he's the worst magician on earth.
Yeah.
When it comes to that,
he's gonna try to saw a woman in half. And you're actually going to see blood start coming out of the fucking box.
Wait a minute. It's a trick box? Oh, fuck.
let me real quick, talk about, my background. There is no American embassy in Iran. So in order to come here, you have to stay in line for 4 years, and you have to go through some serious vetting procedure to get here.
It's because you're across the pond, mate.
And that process has to be in place.
I made it too. I'm an American citizen. I went through lots of vetting. I took my test.
And that's how
the guy
it
over
should
there
be.
wants us to leave.
But
he wants us to leave.
He still wants you
People
gone.
don't really care about vetting, do they?
But
it's not really about vetting.
He's literally back there nodding. But he's like,
oh wait, was he?
Yeah. The fucking nail monkey in the back with the backwards hat.
But he wants us to leave.
When people
don't really care about vetting, do they?
But
oh my God,
he agrees.
Should not have
You're in denial.
People.
He's looking right at him too.
Yeah, he's like in eyesight,
staring at the guy behind him, like just pretending he's not there. This. I could not think of a more like picture perfect representation of pygmies. It's disgusting.
It's cooked.
How much they debase themselves. Oh my God. He came out the gate being like, "Hey, I'm gonna let these whiteys use me and abuse me, okay, brother?"
People should not have the right to ignore our borders and our laws.
What about those of us who don't ignore the borders? Should we get to stay?
Of course.
But he says we shouldn't.
Well, I'm not.
He raised the flag higher to be like, get this guy out of here, man.
Dog, you're not on the team.
Man.
They're telling
you
you're not on the team.
Oh,
bro thinks he's on the team. They're sitting here screaming at him, bro. You are not on the team. You are literally just here to do our dirty work for us and be a pretty face and to say we're not racist.
He's too many levels.
And he knows it.
He's too many levels past too, because he's Iranian. He's not like regular standard Latino, Cuban, whatever. Like he's from the terrorist countries, brother. Like you have no standing here, my friend. You need to seek God. I'm glad we watched him.
And I'm pointing out to you that your argument is in bad faith because these guys are actually speaking the truth and you're in denial about who's on your side.
Get his
wants
ass.
you gone.
Like, I never claimed
he said that's
their
true.
side or they're on my side. I'm here to debate you.
The problem is that Mehdi Hassan stopped caring about the debate and realized that there was a man in front of him attempting to commit suicide, and through his own good nature was trying his best to stop him.
He's like, buddy.
He was trying to do the right thing.
Listen, I'm just trying to help you out here, man.
God damn.
They voted him out, not just out of the circle, but out of the country too.
Yeah, they want nothing to do with this guy. You gotta get right with the Lord, man. This is no way to be living your life. You could have this funny ass get up, and it would be sick if you weren't so.
Ice was
dumb.
waiting right outside. No.
Nah, man.
No, it's true.
Nah, man.
He'd be like, "Well, I'm not here to debate Ice on whether or not I deserve to be here. So it's fine. It's all good."
I think that's a good place to end on for now. I did want to see what this dude was talking about. I guess he's not there for very long. Let's see,
which dude?
Oh, it's like 2 minutes. The dude with the tats that I talked about earlier.
Oh, we can look at that.
Nice to meet you.
Apparently, it was pretty wild.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Eddie.
Edwin.
He doesn't look like he's white
The question
either.
is, immigration is good for America, right?
Overall, if you look at the net positives to things like our society, our culture, our food, our economy.
And what kind of conservatives disagree with that?
Some of the guys who told me to leave this place and go back
Sitting
to
behind
another
you.
citizen.
He's literally already waving the flag.
No.
Oh.
No, in fact, Ronald Reagan,
he's like, oh, this
who's the
guy's
president,
melanin.
I wasn't a big fan of until Donald
He held up
Trump
the
came
Peter
on. Now
Griffin
people are
melanin.
He
really
looks
hard.
like one of them MS-13 guys. I seen
True,
AI-generated images of him.
Oh, dude, how nuts would it be? And I'm not saying I want this to happen to him because nobody deserves this, but how nuts would it be if like he actually was picked up like as an MS-13 gang member?
Oh,
like he fits the profile.
It's, I mean,
Like,
regardless,
that would be
the
and
people,
he still wouldn't change his mind, by the way.
The people in the audience think that of him already. So I mean, it's close enough.
The guy after this is Brian. I'll be honest with you, Mace. I'm not interested in what Brian has to add to this conversation.
Oh, that's the dude you debated? The dude with the neck beard here?
He's such an idiot. He's such a fucking idiot.
I'm a deferred action of childhood arrivals. I was an illegal immigrant myself.
Shocking.
I came here when I was 10. I'm what you would call a legal alien now. I didn't have any say on my parents' choices.
Yes.
Do I think that they were well-meaning by wanting to bring me over for a better future? Absolutely. I believe that.
Yeah.
Did they break the law? Yes. Do I agree with people breaking the law? Not necessarily. Do I think that there's
what are you
ever
doing here?
a situation where you can break the law for the better or the greater good? Immigration is it's an interesting issue because I do agree
Bro
with
is
you
not
that
supposed to be here.
everyone is an immigrant in the sense like
He's about to start crying. What the fuck is going on here?
Who's holding a fucking gun to your head, brother? Like, I'm surprised I don't see like the sniper rifle trained on him.
This is I knew I smelled it, dude. Early on, I was like, I want to see what this guy has to say.
What the fuck?
I'm a good judge of character.
That's crazy.
This guy can be saved.
He's debating himself.
Yeah,
that's true. He's like trying to convince himself that he's on the right side here. He's like, maybe I can learn something about myself here. Like, I'll just use this as a therapy session.
maybe he,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
maybe he showed up and was like, yeah, I'll probably agree with a lot of the conservatives here as like a conservative myself, whatever. And then he had to sit through an hour before getting to go up himself of all these insane fucking lunatics, essentially saying that he should be melted into fucking biofuel. And then he was like, wait a minute.
I've noticed Mehdi Hassan's gaze has like softened.
He's concerned.
Like it happened with the last guy,
Yeah.
and it's happening with this guy. Like he's actually like, you need to get out.
Yeah.
Like not like the other people are saying it. Like he's saying you need to get out of these circles.
Yeah, like
this is
literally
dangerous for
like
you.
the movie. After the camera
Yes.
flashes and dude comes to for a little bit, he's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Like, dog, you are in danger. Okay, I'm trying to help your ass.
This shit is depressing.
Maybe he'll see. Maybe he'll see the light.
Yeah, let's see what happens when he gets voted. He's almost already voted out. He's like, what? So hold
Yeah, he
up,
said
guy. Bro, you are humanizing illegal aliens way too much right now by being so, contemplative and empathetic to other people. We need to get you out of here.
Now hold on just a fucking second. Is this introspection I see? Are you actually thinking?
He's literally about to cry, thinking about.
That's crazy.
As far as I can tell, like the way his parents got here and created the life that he's living.
I'm gonna glaze him. His whole look is phenomenal.
No, that's
I think he looks incredible.
That's what I said earlier, as well. There was somebody in chat who gave me shit about it.
Yeah, but I didn't say anything about it yet.
Yeah, no,
so I
you're
just wanted
fine.
to
You're
make sure
fine.
it's known. He is dripped the fuck up. Like, I love this look.
I smelled it. I can save this man. He is my brother.
We can save him.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your journey?
I've been here 10 years. I'm a proud American citizen. I'm a dual national. I'm British. I'm American. And I am an immigrant who's contributing to this country. So, yes, I'm very much proud of America's immigrant heritage. I'm part of it. And despite what one of the other people said on this show earlier, yeah, everyone here, unless you're Native American,
All right,
is a descendant of
pause.
immigrants.
He's already
Sorry,
voted
you've been
out!
voted
Yep.
out. Please return to your seat.
Yep.
Thank you, man.
Nice to
Even
meet
he's surprised. He's like, what?
Oh my god!
We were having
He
like an
didn't
actual
even
conversation.
Do anything.
We were actually.
I
We were just chopping it up. What the fuck? Why'd I get voted out?
That's crazy work. Oh, I wanted to hear more from him. I needed to hear what that guy had to say. That's the crazy thing is they won't even hear him out.
No, well, he's not good content.
Oh, no, I guess
Even if he
not.
was to come on again and get voted out again, like it's just not good content for Jubilee either.
I just want to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
gotta
he
know
comes
what
up
the
again.
hell's going through his head. I think he might be one of the people who thought he would, like what you said, like he thought he was far right because like the people around him think that like gay marriage is fine
Yeah.
or whatever, and so he's like, oh well, that's weird, I guess I'm far right
Yeah.
because I don't like the gays or something, which is bad to be clear, but like it doesn't seem like he really buys into all the shit that even like that one dude in the hat bought into.
The magician.
villain. The magician.
Yeah. The magic.
Like
man.
it's, oh god, I do think at the very least on like calling himself and labeling himself far right and associating with these fucking degenerates, hopefully he can be changed out of that.
No, he's just like a regular dude with some maybe problematic opinions. It would seem. I don't know anything about him. As far as I can
Right.
tell.
Well, he calls
that's
himself far right,
That's
so
surrounded by fucking hogs at this moment.
yeah. I think this guy just replied to the call in and said, yeah, I'm a conservative, sure, why not? Well, yeah, that was fun.
he brought like nothing to the table that I think Jubilee as like a content engine would want. That's
No.
crazy. Maybe
No.
they did. Maybe
Well, he
Jubilee
brought-
only wanted him because he like looked. He had like a bunch of tats
Exactly.
and he's Latino. Like,
I was just gonna say he was a diversity hire. Like he was the guy that he was one of the guys that was not white in a sea of mayo.
yeah.
So,
and
they're like,
shockingly,
yeah.
so like what? There's like three. There's this dude. There's
I don't think there's a single
There's
like,
Brown Santa
Black
Claus.
American here.
no. That's a bridge too far. There's the magician. I think that's it. I think there's only three of them. I don't know about this. Maybe she's Italian. I don't know. That's not white enough for me.
That blonde lady over there is looking pretty swarthy to me. She might be.
Could be like
Irish or
maybe
something.
Scandinavian.
Scandinavian. I don't know.
That's crazy. Yeah, and all three of them were just like the closest thing we could find to actual human beings, worthy of like moral consideration. Yeah. That's saying something. For the so-called master race, I didn't say it. Okay, it spoke for itself.
I do want to talk to this guy. I would love to have him on and just see what he thought.
It would be neat. Maybe Mediasan can have him on his program in the future or something. I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting.
I would love that. But yeah, I think that's enough.
Yeah. We're going to end on a somber moment.
That's fine. The whole thing is a somber moment, if we're being real. Somber moment for the fucking country.